There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes.
I like to feel wanted. Take a love and take a toll. I like to make a love and generate the one-night miles. Build them up and let them fall. Just lay them down and leave a little day. Take a nap and take a towel. Generate, lay them flat like monkey and man. Leave them built right, standing tight now. It's like sin. Forest likes a lot of little things to keep. Mix every single one that he could ever need. Forest weed. Left friend, stone, line. Let's feel wanted. Take a love and take a toll. My shake, mine's working better. Forest knows and Forest likes it all. It's like sin.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason. I don't like Facebook, and I don't like the internet. The library blocked my password. Now tell me, does that make any sense to you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. I'm going to pretend I wasn't just crying to a Melvin song about a cat. Yeah, guys, let's talk about it real quick. I swear we'll pull the nose up and I'm not going to be fucking crying through this stream. You know, we already did that once this year. I feel like that's enough. Yeah, guys, my fucking cat, dude. My fucking cat. God damn, man. My fucking best friend. I just spent over $1,000 last night to watch my cat die. Fuck, man. Fuck, man. Oh, man. God damn, dude. I just paid over $1,000 last night to watch my fucking cat die for 6 hours. Unbelievable. I honestly can't believe the last 24 hours I've had. I can't believe the last month and a half that I've had. It's like, dude, the last few months of this year has just been a bad trip. It's just been a bad fucking trip. You know, I've been real this whole time. You know, I wasn't a Charlie Kirk supporter. You know, I was highly critical of him on this channel. But watching what happened to him fucked me up. And then I lost my mom just before Halloween, and I lost my best friend. Let me show you what I got left. This is all I have left of him right now till I get his ashes. This is all I have left is some whiskers and fur. Holy fuck, man. Oh my god. I was just last stream, you know, I didn't stream Friday and I didn't stream yesterday because I was with my cat at the emergency vet. And the last fucking stream I did, I brought him on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. last stream I did. I'll be with the chat in a minute, guys. Sorry, but I'm, whatever. I want to get through this, and we'll start talking about what everybody fucking clicked on this video to talk about. Okay, I get it. No one wants to sit here and watch me cry over a cat. I get what that looks like, and I don't care. Dude, he was only 4 years old. He was 4 years old. I got him from my grandparents' house. I found him completely flea covered little ball of fur. I found him at my grandparents' house when we were cleaning out their property after they fucking died from COVID. He's only like 4 years old. And he got some fucking blood clot. It's something thrombosis, something. I don't even fucking care. I don't even care. It's my goddamn cat's gone. So fucked up, man. I can't believe the last month and a half. I can't believe it. I can't believe how fucking negative and fucked up things have been. People getting fucking sniped. My mom dying, my fucking cat. I'm so fucking over it. Anyway, here's my last stream. My last stream I did, I brought him, I showed him on the stream. Oh man, poor baby. Oh fuck, man, it's so fucked up. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. God damn, dude. Is that type of deal that she's gonna have to stay awake for? That's probably like my worst fear. That's up there with top 5. Oh, damn it. Bro, my cat's still outside my room. Hold on, I'll be right back. He needs to go outside. He's a good boy. What's up? What you doing? Wanna go out? Wanna go out and do poo-poo and then come back for bed? You're sleeping inside with Papa. You go out? What's the plan? Get in bed? Want to get in bed? Go ahead, Papa. Come here. Come here, my sweet man. He's such a good man. Come here. Oh, get your covers. Come here, mister. Get in there, you sexy cat. Here you go. It's ready for you. Oh, the sweet man came to bed. I know no one clicked on this video to watch anything about my cat. I promise we'll get through this in a few minutes, and we'll get right to the topic. And I'll start being facetious about everything. I promise. Should I show you the cat? Let me show you that he's coming over here. Come here, because he loves his papa. He doesn't like to be picked up. Check him out. Is he not the most handsome? Look at his little paws going because he just wants to paw me. Don't you love your papa? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. See, guys, look, I don't have to put a shock collar on my cat for him to look like he loves me. Imagine if I was like Hassan Piker and I had a shock collar on my cat, so he would just stay stuck in the corner back there. Oh, fuck. Imagine what a piece of shit I would have to be like Hassan Piker and have a shock collar on my pet so it would stay in the frame. No, he just likes to come up to me and love on me organically. Hassan cannot relate. He doesn't know about that life. It's crazy, isn't it?
Nick, there's a whole bunch.
Someone clip that and send it to him and be like, look, see, this is what it's like to have a healthy relationship with your pet.
Of other.
Did anyone clip that and send that to him? No, you guys are so lazy. God damn it, guys. I got to do everything myself. Oh, fuck. I'm wearing the wrong hat. Forgive me. I'm totally not even trying to be a dick. This whole time I was supposed to have the crisis actor hat on. Oops, I said it out loud. There we go. Oh, God. Oh, fuck, guys. Oh, my God. All right, I'll be in the chat. I'm getting to the chat, guys. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's gone. It's so fucked up. He was just so young, so sweet. Just the sweetest little cat ever. Guys, it's like, I know how, like, I get when you see someone that's like crying over a pet, you sort of go like, all right. Look, I think once you get, you know, like a few weeks out, if you're spending too much, if you're actually spending time of your day crying, that's probably not good. But yeah, I know how it looks. I know it looks fucked up. But dude, it's crazy. I had just like such a connection with that cat. It's so fucked up. I just found him. He was the cutest, sweetest. Guys, sometime soon I don't know. I'm gonna find all the footage I have of my sweet, sweet Dawn. And you know, I'll put a little video or something together. You know, I used to show him on my Instagram here and there, but I don't really, you know, I haven't been exactly posting videos and stuff on there like I used to, because they completely ratcheted me down and have me completely throttled on Instagram, or they did for a long time. They still kind of do, but I noticed once I started after, oddly enough, when Charlie Kirk got taken out, my Instagram was just so throttled. I posted it and I said, you know, I don't care. I assumed they might delete my Instagram. And I really was like, I don't care. I'm so fucking throttled. I'm done fighting the fight over on Instagram. It's just you know, it's a sinking ship over there probably anyway. So anyway, let me get to the chat, guys. We'll get started here. Enough about that. But that was my boy. I had him on for my last stream. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. My last stream that I did, I showed him on camera, and he's gone. He's just gone. It was, guys, I just like last night, you know, it was almost as hard as losing my mom, but it was just a quicker process. It was almost as hard. Like my mom, losing my mom, it's like it sort of made sense. My mom, her health had been declining for years, for like a decade. You could see it coming from a mile away that you know, her days were kind of numbered. And whatever, dude. My cat was fucking 4 years old and had plenty of life left in him. It was just just the sweetest, like, you know, just the best little cat ever. And when I pull up to my house, if he was outside, he comes and, you know, runs up through the drive-through and jumps on the porch, on the side of the porch where I park, and waits for me, and then goes inside with me. You guys know from when I do my workout streams on here and stuff that he likes to be around me while I'm working out, which is dangerous. But you know, he was pretty good about not being under me while I was lifting weights. When I'd put the weights down And, you know, when I was like racking stuff or whatever, he would come up to me. But when I was actually lifting, he'd get away. He was so smart, guys. He was so smart. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I just, and you know what's nuts, guys? I'm in the chat, by the way. Kenny, Fat Pig. It's good to see you in here, Fat Pig. I've missed you, and I was gonna hit you up today, but I've been dealing with a lot of shit. But I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I'm spun out, guys. Oh, dude, this is two of my friends. This has happened with them, that they lose a parent. They lose one of their parents, and then one of their cats dies within like a month and a half. This has happened to like a really close friend of mine I've known since high school. And this also happened to my butt buddy, the person I refer to as my butt buddy on here. It happened to him as well. He lost his dad 2 years ago, also in October, which is when my mom died. And then he lost his cat within a month and a half. Fucking, how is that? Like, that's like, it's such a weird thing because this, I've mentioned this before on here. So when you're someone who is sort of that dabbles in the psychedelic community, you know the term, you probably know the term synchronicity, okay? Which is basically sort of like a fancy word for, I just had it, guys. I'm sorry, a coincidence. There you go. Synchronicity, when things like synchronize in life and stuff, and it's weird to it's tricky territory to be someone who comes from the psychedelic community to also dabble in conspiracy stuff. And I don't know if people realize if people are actually conscious of the of the clash in terms of your logic or existing in those two camps, because in the conspiracy community you sort of there is a tendency to assume there's no such thing as coincidences. That's sort of like that's a meme of the conspiracy community. There's like no, the coincidences are like almost like incredibly rare, and if you see something that's a coincidence, and especially if there's some people benefiting from it, it's probably not a coincidence. That's like that's a meme within the conspiracy community. But then also within the psychedelic community, you have the term synchronicity, which I think is like a Jungian a term, and that refers to things that are like weird coincidences that line up in life and stuff. And it's weird, obviously I'm not going to assume the Jews are behind killing people's cats or something. I won't go that far. I'm not Candace Owens, okay? Is that possible? Maybe. I don't know. Do you guys think the Jews are killing cats? I'm just asking questions. No, but seriously, guys, but it is a weird thing. But it's just too weird, and you go, what are the fucking chances of that? How do I know that? Well, the two men in my life that are the closest to me, that aren't family, have had the same thing happen to them. A parent dies and then their cat dies within a month and a half. And it's around like the same time of year too. That's just like too fucking weird, man. I don't even know. I think we're in a simulation. We know that here on this channel. Okay, guys, let's get started. I'm going to say hi to everybody trickling in here still. I know we got a lot of people that have clicked on it. I'm sorry. We started the video off with personal shit. I hope if you just came for Candace stuff, you've clicked through a little bit and gotten past the cat part. Okay. Chat's up, by the way. There you go, guys. We're up on the screen. Fat Pig Lover, good to see you. Johnny Z's in here. Bart Hutchison. Brian from Philly. Good to see you, sir. Oh, and Brian from Philly. I got to say, shout out, Brian. Thank you for the hundo. For real, Brian. That that helps me a lot. I really appreciate it over on the Venmo. Fucking guys, I can't believe I can't believe I spent $1,000, over $1,000, and could do nothing except, euthanize my cat. Unbelievable. Anyway, Icy Bird, Michael Earl, Maddie P, Kenny, Sniz is in the chiz. What's up, guys? Welcome. Thank you guys for coming to hang, for real. I appreciate it. Funny Faces up in here. Scott Starbird, my mods in here. Great stream before me, by the way. If you're new to this channel, for sure, check out Scott Starbird. He goes on before me. He drops a lot of nuggets in there that Scott and I feed off of each other's nuggets. We serve each other little nuggets like it's McDonald's. Did I skip anybody? Hold on, we're still going through. I'm sorry, guys, I can't read every single. What's up? Truth is Unbreakable. Did y'all like the intro song? That's the Melvins, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. That's a Melvins song called Boris. It's about a cat. Bob Cook, Icy Bird. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Guys, that was like my little baby, man. It's like my little baby. I couldn't believe it. I'll tell you what happened, and we'll move past it. But yeah, he got a blood clot. I fucking came home, and I was in my bathroom. No kidding, guys. I was taking a shit. I was on my phone watching some bullshit while I took a shit, and there was something. Luckily, I'm glad this happened, because at least he didn't have to. He would have been, who knows how long he would have been suffering if it didn't work out like this. But I'm in my bathroom taking a shit, looking at stuff on my phone, and there's something I reacted to on my phone that I actually said something out loud. I don't know what the fuck it was. I probably said something like, "Oh, bullshit," or like, whatever. I don't even remember. Beach Metal's up in here. What's up, Beach Metal? Thanks for joining us, bro. So I reacted to something, and I guess my cat must have heard my voice, through my bathroom window, and he starts meowing this, he's doing this whine, this like meowing noise that you could, it's a distress, you could tell it's a distress type of meow. I'm just like, fuck, man, oh no. And I get up with shit in my ass and fucking run and open the back door, and I just see him holding his torso up with his two front paws and dragging his lower legs, and he's at the bottom of the ramp at my back porch, not able to pull himself up the ramp. It was the most fucking heartbreaking shit. And he's just meowing for help, and I know I'm being too graphic. I'm letting you know how real it was. I wiped my ass, put clothes on, and I don't like to use toilet paper, by the way, because there's fucking chemicals in it and shit. I like to just, take a shower afterwards and stomp the particles down into the drain, okay? That's just how I live. I feel like it's better than what you do, okay? I'm kidding. So anyway, no, I threw a pair of shorts on and went out there and grabbed him and picked him up, and I saw his back legs were limp, and I touched his, I grabbed his upper body and his hind legs, and I felt that his little paws and his little legs were cold, and when he was meowing, I could it sounded like congestion, like there was liquid in his lungs, and I was just like, oh man, this is not good. I don't know I thought like he got attacked by something, or I seriously thought I was like considering like going on a rampage, I thought maybe one of my neighbors fucking hit him with a shovel or something and threw him over my fence. That's what I thought. I thought someone fucking he attacked someone else's cat, and because he does that, he fights with neighborhood cats. I thought he fought someone's cat. They hit him with a fucking shovel and threw him in my yard or something. But he didn't look hurt at all. He just looked like his fur was all neat and clean, besides his back legs being in the dirt and not being able to move them. And I knew it was just so, I knew it was bad. And so I'm already like crying, and I put him in a little kennel. I'm just freaking out, not like a chicken with its head cut off. I have no idea what the fuck. I just grab like this tiny fucking kennel and get him in there. And I call somebody who knows, the best vets to go to and stuff. And they told me where to go. And, I went out there, and I was just like, he's crying the whole time in the car. It's like a fucking over 20-minute drive, and he's just fucking crying the whole time. And I'm crying, and I fucking get there, and I'm just hoping they go like, oh yeah, he hurt himself, and you can tell he's just got a bad sprain in his back, and all he needs to do is get these pain meds and rest, and you got to take him home and just baby him for like a few days or so. I'm just like praying it's something like that. And she's like, I thought he was paralyzed. So the lady said, so yeah, I just feeling him and looking at him, the doctor told me he has something thrombosis or something. I could look it up, guys. I just, whatever. And for a second, I got hope. I was like, oh, he's not paralyzed. I know that's not like paralyzed. And she's like, so that means he has a blood clot, and it cut off the circulation to, like basically his lower body. So he's got no movement. His limbs are cold, and he's also got congestion in his chest and stuff which is a sign he's in heart failure. And, he probably won't make it until tomorrow. And it was just fucked, man. They basically told me, it's like he's either way, you could hear the liquid in his lungs, and he's just laying there relaxed, and he's just going like that, and I'm just like, I basically spent 6 hours with him, the last 6 hours I could, and just loved on him until like 12:30 at night, 12:30 a.m. And then had to call them in to give him the anesthesia, put him to sleep, and then give him the last shot. And it was fucked up. It was just so fucked up. But I was with him the whole time, just right there in his face, kissing on him and letting him see me. So, oh man, fuck, man, it was just so hard. Anyway, guys, yeah, we're let's move past it. Time to cover Candace. Look, I think I've got every most of my bases covered with stuff, so we can probably at least go past 10. So anyway, Richie April's up in here. So yeah, we'll get into a lot of shit, guys. First off, we're gonna take a look at so tonight. Sorry, guys, I'm all over the fucking place. I'm sorry. Oh God. Tonight we're checking out the Candace shit. If you didn't already see by the title, and if you read the caption, so Candace supposedly was having this fucking talk with Erika Kirk yesterday, and Candace addressed this on her show today. We're gonna take a look at some clips from that, and then also some stuff from the Bondi Beach thing. I think we're gonna have time to get into that. And I feel like it's so funny, guys, because with some of these events that people tie conspiracies to, it amazes me as someone who initially wanted to do a podcast to cover these kind of topics, like topics that are more, that have a conspiratorial type of theme to them. It's amazing how often I find myself trying to like center some of these actual fucking schizo people. It's actually crazy, guys. People just sharing stuff that's AI and not even giving a fuck because it helps their agenda. You guys are actually spoiled. I could actually be trying to push bullshit on here and just run with it because I apparently that's getting some people a lot of views. It baffles me because I can see right past people's fucking inauthentic laziness and that they just want to push bullshit. But I guess some people can't. I don't know. So what? Yeah, I've got some stuff. There are some weird videos that I have some issues with what the fuck happened at the Bondi Beach deal in Australia. If I'm hoping we have enough time, we'll get into that shit too because I saved quite a few things for us to take a look at and like conversations and stuff I'm seeing on Twitter where people are asking AI to verify stuff and whatever, and it's a hot mess that I'm hoping I have the attention span tonight to be able to get through some of it. What were you saying, Richie? Bro, did you see Nicki Minaj endorse JD Vance and called out the left-wing trans agenda? This is huge. Yeah, I did see that. Unfortunately, I am not a JD Vance fan, and I truly fear for when he is likely to become president. Rainey's up in here. What's up, Rainey? Oh yes, Rainey seeing yeah, Scott's that was part of my clip that I played where I pulled the cat up. Scott Starbird's mother-in-law had fucking brain surgery, guys. And they had to be awake for it, right? That's what you answered in the chat that day, but I don't think I highlighted it. I think I forgot to get back to it. Oh my god, it was invasive between the two halves, bro. That holy fuck. Oh fuck. That's a lot. Smoke a blunt of those whiskers. Dude, I don't know what the fuck I should, it was weird. They gave me the buzzer so I could shave off some of his fur. And look, there's even a little, I don't know if you guys can see it. You can't see it. Oh, there you go. You can see that little dot. That's a flea moving around in there. See him? So I've got some of his DNA that's sealed within this flea's body. If I want to clone my cat, I think that might actually help in the future. We'll see. Maybe I should freeze the flea. Should I just throw this whole bag in the freezer and see what the future holds? Dude, I just can't. I started shaving, and of course, dude, it was just like with my mom. I cut a piece of my mom's hair to take when she passed, and I just broke down when I went to cut my mom's hair. I couldn't even do it at first, and then I did, but it was just so hard, man. And then when I went to go cut his fur, I was just breaking down. Okay, let's not talk about my cat on here anymore, guys. We'll do a stream where we watch stuff with my cat. That'll be coming up. What are we saying in the chat? Bro, am I seeing correctly? Is Bubs doing the show later? That's nuts. That's actually crazy. Rishi said Trump and JD Vance lost Bubba's endorsement, but they gained Nicki Minaj. Sounds like a win. Well, win for them, not for the United States. Thank you, Richie. I appreciate it. Dutch Duke's up in here. Oh, I just farted. I've got royalty in the chat. All right, guys, are we caught up? Did I say hi to everybody? Let's get started here. I just want to show you guys where I've been. What's the most beers I can drink? Like one. Bro, I have like I have a 6-pack abs. You think I'm gonna drink a 6-pack of beer? No. When you have nice abs, you can only drink like one beer. It's seriously, it's not possible to drink like more than one beer. And why would I want to when I'm just so cute? I want to stay sober. Well, California sober. No, for real, guys, I don't like beer. Well, I like liquor. Sometimes like the apple hard cider things. I had one of those while I was camping the other weekend. Promo said Bubs is about to retire. I'm totally not trying to be a dick, but dude, I don't know if I'm not trying to be a dick at all. I just there's a few things I could say, but dude, I don't think Bubba likes like having the fans have the kind of access to him like he does. When these radio guys really when you call into their show, it's like they have so much power with that, especially a seasoned radio veteran like Bubba. And so they really just have the upper hand. They have the power when you call into their show. Bubba can and other radio veterans, Howard, fucking, there's they know how to take a phone call, and whatever the fuck you called about, they can just take it in whatever direction they want to. You're like a ball of yarn when you call into their program. And it's just a whole different thing with a chat and a fucking Reddit now and whatever. And, I really don't think Bubba likes that. I don't know. And I'm not trying to even be a dick like, oh, he's a pussy or something. I don't think Bubba just wants to even put up with all the bullshit. And I don't blame him. Because, his craft, he's perfected it and learned to master it in a certain kind of setting. And I just feel like I see a lot. And Bubba responded to me I left a comment about this. Fucking Richard Longwood or whoever the fuck. I think I get them mixed up too. Langwood and Longwood, but I think it was Longwood. And I've seen other fans posting about, fighting with Bubba and the producers and this and that. And I don't know. It sounds like, whatever. He gets triggered having to deal with crazy fans saying crazy shit in the chat. And I feel like I might be a little better dealing with the chat than Bubba. I'm not saying I'm a better broadcaster or something, anything like that. I'm not fucking retarded. I'm just saying, like, dude, I'm like a golf ball with a fucking with a firecracker inside of it or something. I feel like people can say whatever in my chat, and it just could never hurt me. I don't know. It could never like get under my skin. I just feel like, I don't assume everyone is a bot, but I could just never, I could never be truly like triggered by some profile typing something in my chat that it could actually be a fucking, Russian bot or something. It's like, well, and to be fair, I think that goes along with being a veteran and stuff. When you're somebody who is like, Bubba mastered his craft, guys. We're just in a different era. And, what it probably is better for him. Like, it's not, ideally, you don't want to not, deal with the chat at all and get any kind of feel of your audience or something. You want to have like a feel of your audience, but But you know, it probably is ideal for Bubba to just not even read the chat. Like if you get texts from people you trust their opinion and whatever, I don't know, maybe anyway. Let's get started with the Candace shit. So first I want to show you guys where I stood with everything before this talk went down and where we stand now and all that good stuff. Because I feel like this is a good conclusion sort of how I feel with all this stuff. And again, guys, I've been supporting Candace because she kind of has a lot of criticism, and I want to hear as many truth bombs that can be dropped on her channel. I want to hear as many as I can. I don't want to be misled, of course. If she's wrong or completely off base, I want to hear all those critiques. But it's like, it's weird because a lot of the critiques have been quite lackluster, and we've reviewed a lot of that on here, guys. But I don't trust this, and it's so weird. We're gonna see. Let's watch a little of this Candace video together. But let me just show you guys what I tweeted, because this is what I've been worried about. And as Candace has been taking all this criticism, what looks, as I've said almost the whole time, what looks like a sort of organized cancel Candace campaign among Twitter and everything. A lot of people, there's been like a lot of grassroots and maybe manufactured too, but I just like a lot of support for Candace. And I feel like all the criticism coming her way, especially considering a lot of it just seems a little bit suspect because they're not good critiques. That's half of the reason a lot of people are accusing them of taking the 7,000 shekels for all these stupid tweets about Candace, because a lot of them are just really bad critiques that leave you going, what the fuck? It's not even like it'll be some trivial bullshit that they critique about what she said. And that anytime you're asking, like, what has she lied about? I've seen 1,000 times Candace Owens is lies, da da da. I don't know that I've ever seen any like good evidence of her like lying. And we've shown so much on here. All the fucking videos that the clip compilations of Candace, we've played them on here, and they're just like pathetic. So it's just like so suspicious when you see really bad arguments echoed in a way as if they are good arguments. It's just highly suspicious. But this whole time I've been worried, guys, that it seems like, and I'm not saying I know it to be, but it seems like an organized sort of cancel Candace campaign. My problem is I feel like that has drummed up a lot of support for her, and I worry that if either Candace gets threatened or compromised, because of a threat or money or whatever, the power, if she gets some kind of offer, gets compromised in some way and starts to backpedal a little bit, there are going to be some people that follow along. There are going to be some fucking crazy people who are just think Candace has done so well this whole time that they're going to say, hey, fuck it. Yeah, Candace says it's not true. She talked to Erika Kirk. You know what? I trust Candace because she's been absolutely cooking them this whole time. And I worry about that. This is the tweet I put out here. Let me go down here so you guys can see this. This was Candace on December 14th. I'm very much looking forward to this discussion. This discussion being Erika Kirk's tweet here. Candace Owens and I are meeting for a private in-person discussion on Monday, December 15. Candace Owens and I have agreed that public discussion, live streams, and tweets are on hold until after this meeting. I look forward to a productive conversation. Thank you. Then Candace tweets this. I'm very much looking forward to this discussion. Guys, let me say, I'm surprised she's still alive. In fact, I'm not sure they haven't just cloned Candace. I'm not totally sure yet. I would have told her not to go in person and meet with Erika Kirk. Certainly don't accept any like food or drinks or anything, You might want to just fast completely. I don't know. I would have just recommended against it. I just said, let's stick with the live stream. How about you guys do a video call together and just don't release it. If you want to have it sort of like private, you don't have to be in person. But anyway, and here's my, I reposted her tweet. I said, if Candace Owens starts to walk back claims and speculation, we need to see good reasoning and explanation behind it. We didn't back her this whole way to now be told by her that there's nothing to see. No one person gets to control the alt narrative. Seek truth, not truth arbiters. God damn, that's poetic. Tweet of the year right there. So that's like where I stand with this, guys. I am concerned that they could get Candace to flip or something. I have no idea. I watched about 10 minutes of her stream today and I figured we should watch at least like the first few minutes together because I thought it was interesting how she words some things. Hold on, let me get this up here. Okay. Let me get you guys over on the YouTube. So this is an hour. This is a little over an hour. We could play this on like 10x speed and get through it in like 15 minutes. You guys want to do that?
Not every child gets the chance to go to the movies. In North America alone, more than 20 million kids may never step inside a theater. But to
Oh, boo-hoo! The kids in Gaza don't even have a theater. It got blowed up.
Okay, everybody.
Okay, everybody. Let's go ahead and put this to 500x speed. Strap in, guys. Lock in. Here we go.
Shabbat Shalom. Just want to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody back at home. Happy Hanukkah to our greatest friends and allies. And, this is a good time to mention that Israel does have a right to defend itself. Adolf Hitler, and TikTok does need to be purchased by the Mossad. It's just how I'm feeling today. I am not different. Maybe you are different. Welcome back to Candace.
Funny. She's got jokes. Guys, what if she opened her show with Jews Rock? That song that I like to open with sometimes. That would be so wild.
Okay, you guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely crazy. The amount of people who attacked me for sending out a tweet being like, hey, I'm good, I'm alive. We had a very productive conversation. And they were like, she got the call. She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This is
Oh, guys, by the way, can I say, maybe we can talk more about this later. I don't know if we will, but I'm being 200% real right now, guys. Can you guys like look for Adam Wiley? I'm actually very concerned, guys, because Adam, I consider him a friend, and I don't know what the fuck he's been going through in the past like 2 months, but dude, he's MIA, and he said he got arrested. He said he got arrested. I don't know if he's lying, dude. That's the thing. I don't know what's up with Adam. If he's on some kind of medication or something, guys, I'm seriously worried because. So a few months ago. This was like 3 months ago, I hung out with him, and I went to a park to go like walk and burn and whatever. And we went hiking. And when I was hanging out with him, like, you guys have to understand, like, when I first, people are a little more shy at first when you first meet him and whatever. Adam Wiley was fairly calm the first few times I hung out with him. First, like 3-4 times we hung out, went to the Eric Andre thing where Bubba was, went to the wrestling show that Lummy was in. We've hung out a few times. He came over for Halloween, my Halloween party. He's brought me eggs from his free range chickens and stuff. And like, he's like seemed like, you know, completely normal and just a fun, cool dude. And something's happened over the past like 2 months where it's like he's lost his marbles, dude. I'm worried about him. I really am, because he's been acting just like unstable, and that happened when I hung out with him a couple months ago when we went for the hike. He was sort of like, I just tried to talk to him, and it was like he was on Ritalin or something and didn't need it, or on coke. But I don't think he's into that kind of stuff. Like, I almost think it's a prescription thing or something. I don't know. But he would just like, we were trying to talk, and he just had, it was like extreme ADD where I get three words into a sentence and he'll cut me off to just say like, oh, you know, whatever. And like respond to every little detail. And I'm just like, dude, shut up and let me explain what I'm saying. It was like giving me a headache. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, man. And then when my mom was fucking dying, he's like texting me stupid shit, like actual stupid random shit. And I'm like, dude, do you not understand my mom? You know, he was doing this while she was dying and after she died. I'm just like, don't you understand my mom's fucking dead? And I don't want to like entertain. You're sending me pictures of like random shit and just like texts that don't make any sense. Like, don't you understand I'm going through shit? And he just like would keep doing it. And it was just so weird. And I was just like, dude, I want some space. Like, you're blowing my shit up. And he just kind of has been kept doing that. If I don't answer my texts, he'll go to my Twitter and wherever else and blow my shit up with messages and tagging me. Unfollow me, then follow me, unfollow me again, follow me, all that shit. And then the other day he fucking called me. I was like going to the grocery store and he called me and he was like crying. And it was like 10 something in the morning, you know. And he's like, he said, I you know, I love you, right, buddy? Eric Andre, this and that. I'm like, yeah, dude, what you gave me, you went with me to Eric Andre. That doesn't mean you can like text me 100 times, bro. I'm going through shit. Like, why are you're sending me crazy shit? And he's like crying and he's like, yeah, I got arrested. Didn't you know? And I was like, what? Are you being serious? He's like, I got arrested. And then he called me at 5 in the fucking morning. Some morning. I didn't even hear it. My phone is on silent all the time. And I didn't hear it. And I see it later in the day. And I text him and I'm like, dude, do you actually want me to block you? You're calling me at 5 in the morning? Like, not that I didn't even know that you called me until I checked, but like, you know, and he hasn't responded. I've been texting him. He hasn't responded. I'm worried something happened to him. B-Dubs is in here. What's up, BW? Dude, you know what? I feel blessed. I feel like I've reached some kind of benchmark or something. I'm not monetized on YouTube yet, but I already have less stalkers, so I think that counts. In my book, that means more than being monetized. Okay, here we go.
All just been a show. Calm down, okay? What do you think happened? Erika said, stop, and then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like.
Oh my God, that's crazy. It's a piano that connects to a mobile app and uses colored lights so you can see which notes you should be playing. Kind of like.
Wow, I'm autistic. I'll love that.
As I just put all of these talking points into my.
All right, let's listen to what this fucking crazy bitch is saying. Love her.
You guys are absolutely crazy. The amount of people who attacked me for sending out a tweet being like, hey, I'm good, I'm alive. We had a very productive conversation. And they were like, she got the call. She got the call. She's betrayed us. She's doing something else. I can't believe it. This has all just been a show. Calm down, okay? What do you think happened? Erika said, stop. And then I was frozen for 4 hours and 30 minutes, just like, as I just put all of these talking points into my head. That is not what happened.
MK Ultra, they got her.
I keep telling you guys, I am not governable. I am basically akin to Kanye West. I never felt more seen than when he tweeted a lot of years ago, Just fired my manager because I realized I can't be managed. That is me. That tweet right there.
Bro, good point. Who is this? I think it's a new person. Woke Extreme Droit 1552. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the chat. This is Dark Times with Dark Matt Steve. My cat died yesterday. I'm emotionally on edge, but welcome to the stream. He's saying, if she, and I take it by this, you mean if Erika Kirk forgives her husband's killer, then she has no reason ever to be angry with anyone. Bro, right. It's like, that's a fucking joke. How dare this fucking bitch? And I don't care. I don't believe her. I'll say what I want. This isn't Candace's show. This is not a show that's meant to be taken seriously as someone delivering the news. So I can say whatever the fuck I want. I'm in character as a gay man with autism right now. So, and I'm hoping that helps me with the algorithm somehow. But anyway, Erika Kirk, no, I don't fucking trust her. And how dare she act so mad at everyone that's like investigating into this and then look into the camera and go, look, Tyler Robinson did it, and I forgive him. Now all of you shut up, or I'm going to be really mad at you. It's like, okay, yeah, that's not weird at all.
I was like, oh gosh, yes, Kanye, that I get this. Okay. Nobody is changing their mind anything. Well, how ridiculous would it have been if I'm doing all of this, investigating, asking all of these questions, and then Erika Kirk offers to answer some of these questions. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go. I can't betray them. I don't want any answers to the questions. I just want to ask them. No, this is the entire reason we are doing this. We've been looking at the situation going, why can't Turning Point USA just answer basic questions? And I can tell you guys that yesterday for 4 hours and 30 minutes, there were no rules. They said you can ask us any question that you want, anything that's on your mind, which I appreciated. And some of you guys are thinking, who's they? Who's they? It's the Jews, obviously.
Woke says OJ was fleeing in his white Bronco seemed OJ who was fleeing in his white Bronco seemed less suspicious than Erika Kirk. Based, bro, so based. Hey, you know what? I mean, it was probably the Jews that killed his wife too, if we're being fair here. It's probably Mossad in on that too. That's a joke, YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. This is just a fun show. It's not a fact show. Occasionally we dabble in facts, and none of it's meant to be taken seriously. Thank you. Come again.
Just kidding. It's Justin Strife. Justin Strife was in the room, which is Justin Strife and Erika. George joined me just for the beginning portion of the conversation because he had that thing going on. I told you on the 15th all day. He was in a conference. And then I brought my cousin Mia, the one that has a really bad attitude.
Fucking Promo said DMS doing lines off camera. Bro, I'm not doing lines. I'm doing rectangles, my dude. That's that's a tobacco pipe there. I'm smoking high-grade CBD tobacco. Completely legal.
I just bring her there for vibes. I think it just confuses people. They're like, I don't understand what's this person doing here. And the reality is she's like always just listening to Cardi B music. But she's my cousin and I always have her around. And so that was it. She was kind of sitting a little bit away, but at the table, it was really just the four of us until George left. And I will be honest, I did.
So Candace is just saying she had a friend there and whatever, and it was the four of them, and then the other guy left. Woke is saying, forgive. Sniz, you know what? Sniz says, I draw the line for forgiveness at Red Rum. Mizerter, yeah. Dude, that's hard. And Woke, I was just saying, he said, forgiving without knowing if the murderer regrets it makes no sense. Look, that's not a good vibe. Just given the situation and the shifting of power and stuff, it looks weird. But however, I won't put it past. I've seen. I don't remember what the specifics of the case was, but I do remember this one. I think it was. Oh God, I don't know. I don't think he was black, but it was like a chubby, little bit older guy who forgave a murderer for murdering I want to say it was his daughter or sister or some family member that was like really close. And it was a really touching video when this guy forgives the murderer, and even the murderer starts like crying and stuff, and I don't put it past, someone who is legitimately a through and through just an angel of a Christian, a practicing Christian. I don't find it, like a crazy thing to consider someone like that would actually forgive the murderer even before the murderer asks for forgiveness or something. You're trying to act and aim for this incredibly high standard, and that's respectable, but it doesn't look good. Let me say it's totally different when you're forgiving the murderer and you also are getting $150 million from a life insurance plan, and you're taking over his company as the CEO, and sending messages out to people about how sad you are and asking for donations in those messages, and all of this. It's just too much. It's just too much. The whole thing is just too much.
Not know what to expect going into the room. I did not know if
selling T-shirts at his funeral. Asking for privacy, but also posting videos of you on top of his corpse with a Freemason ring. It's like, guys, we can't, everybody, if we can't, guys, can't have your cake and eat it too. We gotta pick here. Either we're being very private about this and no one should be asking questions, or you guys can sell all the T-shirts you want and I get to ask questions, okay? You guys pick one.
we're going to be open. I didn't know.
Either way, I'm secretly going to be asking questions, but they're not going to be able to refrain from selling T-shirts, guys, okay? So we're going to be asking questions.
What Erika's energy was going to be like, if it was going to be more of an argument, if there was going to be legal threats. You guys were telling me not to drink water, so I didn't drink water. Well, I brought my own water, but I didn't drink that water too. There's a lot going on, okay? And the conversation started with Justin Strife very sensibly saying, what are we looking to accomplish here? Like, what is the actual aim of this conversation? And he was pretty clear.
And this is like, look, I'm just trying to get out of this room alive. That's my main goal. Anything beyond that is just a plus.
And Erika was very clear that they were sort of most upset with what obviously a bit of a fever pitch, when I tweeted that it was a godforsaken company and people should not give money to it. And I have to own that. That's aggressive. That is actually aggressive in the retrospect. I was very frustrated. And
okay, I'm going to slow this part down a little bit, guys, because I feel like we're playing it fast. I don't want anything to get lost here. I don't like this. I don't like this part. She can pretend. This is where I'm saying, guys, we got to be careful. And I so meant that when I put that in that tweet. We can't just be like, oh, we're going to pick our favorite conspiracy person and then use what they say as the gospel. That is just such a bad idea, dude. And there are actually people doing that. However, I feel like, and maybe I'm just too optimistic, I feel like there's a lot more people that are skeptical of this, and they're not going to let that happen. It's a very good feeling I have, where the fact that everybody has gotten behind Candace with this, not everybody, but a lot, she has a lot of support. She's getting a lot of views. And the fact that that is the case, I feel like already kind of tells me that I can have a little more faith in people thinking for themselves a little bit. Because, if it were that easy, if Candace flips the script and she's sold out or scared to get killed or something and starts saying, oh, don't believe any of this crazy stuff I was saying before. I was, I was on medication or something. They gave me the same medication they gave Kanye and I lost it a little bit. I feel like people, if they were as susceptible to that, it would have already happened with TPUSA. People wouldn't be supporting Candace as they are. They would have just gone with Erika Kirk. But they, when stuff is just not passing the smell test at all, it doesn't pass it. All the sketchy shit with Erika, the selling the T-shirts and getting TPUSA memberships the first time you fucking show your face in your dead husband's studio and just all this shit. And it just, the whole fucking thing is just weird. All of it is just, it's too fucking much. And I feel like people can see past this. And you know what's funny, guys? I saved a video. I went off on a rant this one night and pulled up pictures of the bride of Chucky. Bro, I was telling you guys how she looked like the bride of Chucky, and other people are running with this too. I got to show you. Someone else put this in a post. I don't know if this person watched my video or my live stream. Because, you know, guys, some of these nights I cover the Candace stuff, we get some clicks. But, dude, it's funny. This chick was comparing Erika Kirk to the bride of Chucky too, and she pointed out I didn't even realize when I said it that night. Chucky is short for Charlie. How the fuck did I not even realize that she looks like the bride of Chucky and Chucky is short for Charlie? She is literally the bride of Chucky, guys. I was more right than I even realized.
I felt like we weren't getting any answers and there were so many lies. And then I was getting attacked for asking all meaningful questions that was within their capacity to answer.
Okay, let's go back here. So she can make all of the funny intros and jokes and whatever as she wants. Guys, she's backpedaling a little bit here. Listen to this. How she's talking about, I don't like this. She goes, oh, you know what? I may have been a little aggressive telling everybody to pull their donations. You know what? That I was being a little bit of a mean girl, you know, I kind of crossed the line. Whatever, girl. You know how it gets heated on the internet. Like, no, you had how many people thinking they killed Charlie and that you had some kind of definitive proof? So they should pull their donations. You know, that's what some people were thinking. And now you're going to go, hey, well, you know, hey, maybe you should still donate. I mean, whatever.
Saying, what are we looking to accomplish here? Like, what is the actual aim of this conversation? And he was pretty clear, and Erika was very clear, that they were sort of most upset with what obviously a bit of a fever pitch, when I tweeted that it was a godforsaken company and people should not give money to it. And I have to own that. That's aggressive. That is actually aggressive in the retrospect.
No, wait. How is that? Guys, we have to hear. I'm not going to just let that pass because you've got speaking skills, public speaking skills. No, ma'am. Tell us how exactly you came to want to say that and then now disagree with that tweet. Because if it makes sense, I'll let it fly. But guys, we can't pretend this isn't backpedaling. Don't give your money to that godforsaken organization. You know, the same people that are watching and reposting your shit are covering all the stuff about how that one fucking guy showing that allegedly some shitload of money that TPUSA has is getting funneled to an empty parking lot. Do you guys remember that? All this stuff is going down, and at the same time, Candace is like, yeah, guys, I have definitive proof that TPUSA is just the worst company ever, godforsaken company. Bro, how do you tweet like that and then just walk it back and say, hey, you know, things get heated, guys?
I was very frustrated, and I don't know.
He was just frustrated, guys. Hey, you know,
I felt like we weren't getting any answers and there were so many lies. And then I was getting attacked for asking all meaningful questions that was within their capacity to answer. And I told you, I definitely, my problem in life is that I can rise to anger very quickly. I shared with them that I really felt like I was under attack for telling the truth from the very beginning, like casually when I mentioned the Catholic.
Bro, I don't like the, you know, I'm starting to understand the frustration of the anti-Candace people, except I feel like their frustrations come from a different place. Okay? Wanting to like shut this whole conversation down, even though a lot of them say that that's not what they want. but then they will, in describing what they want, they will say you can't judge a grieving widow. I'm sorry, but she's selling T-shirts over her husband's corpse. We get to judge her. So in the way they describe what they want, oh, you're being too mean to Erika. You're destroying Charlie's legacy. Da, da, da. Yeah, that means you're shutting the conversation down, saying that we can't critique anything TPUSA or Erika Kirk has done. You are shutting the conversation down. Don't pretend you don't want it shut down.
Also something like, what was that about? I was like, look, I say something in a tribute to him.
Oh, I was going to say, I wish Candace would have put in that tweet, because everybody knows the impression that she's leaving people, that, oh, she has definitive proof that they did something, and that's why she's saying to pull out your money, because they literally have blood on their hands. She knows how people are reading into her shit. She could have easily put in the tweet, these TPUSA people are attacking me and not answering any questions. Pull out your money until they answer questions. That would be like an actual transparent way of putting that tweet out if that was actually what the case was. Guys, I'm worried. I'm worried that this is controlled opposition now. I actually am. And I know she started off by mocking that. And that's not enough to convince me.
Alex Clark and Andrew Colvett then jump onto a podcast and they're doing that weird interview, which is clearly aimed at me. And they've teased the interview. It's like aimed at me, but they never say my name. And that to me felt like it was the first the first bit of mud that was slung, which their answer for that was, hey, that was a really crazy time. A new system had to be put into place. And by no means did Erika give any person the authority to go out and say that the Catholicism thing was a lie. It kind of turned into this big thing. Whatever. Okay. That kind of obviously was not the meat of the reason that we wanted to sit down.
Oh, cool.
Are you drowning in your electric bills? Starting on...
That was edited so well.
I will say I was immediately refreshed by the fact that one of the first things that Erika did was she owned the lies, or rather, I guess.
Let's hear about the lies. Hold on a second. Kirk, what's up, Kirk? Welcome. We have no true watchdogs. And he says, Candace can be as petty as Donald Trump. Yeah. Pettier, please. They try to out-petty each other. I think that's a secret thing. They have a competition going. Who can be the pettiest? Kenny said they said TPUSA is going to start renting metal detectors and underwater cameras. Is Beach Metal still in here? He'll rent them their gear.
They would cage it as miscommunications that were coming from various people at the company. Like, look, this is a company with 650 people that are employed. Everybody at this time is exceedingly emotional, and they are communicating. And no matter what somebody says on Twitter, they assume that this communication has come down from management, and that's not always the circumstance. But they owned right away, which felt great, that if you guys recall, Erika sat down with Glenn Beck. I actually missed this portion because I didn't get to watch the interview in its entirety, and we were pulling clips because a lot was coming out very quickly. But there was a portion that was going around that was viral, and it was Erika saying that she had Charlie's phone and that Charlie never texted anybody the night before saying that he thought that they were going to kill him. And that...
Bro, no fucking way. It's fucked up. None of the Fed slop promoters, none of the FBI proponents, supporters on Twitter are going to ever own up to any of this, that they called bullshit and said, oh, Charlie never sent that text and whatever. Candace is about to verify that Erika Kirk admitted that text existed, but it wasn't, I forget. They say it was through a certain kind of text or something. We'll play it here, but is anyone going to own up? Candace has been dropping shit and they call bullshit every time. And there's just been a few minor details they've got her on, like the proper time zone of these Egyptian planes, which I didn't even keep up with any of that bullshit. I don't fucking know anything about the planes. And what else did they get her on? Something about if she did an interview and answered questions about Charlie Kirk. I mean, it was just like two stupid fucking things we've seen. Everything else they've been calling bullshit on. And they said the text messages about the Jewish donors. Everybody said that was bullshit. That ended up getting verified by TPUSA. Here they are. They're talking about the text message. Everybody was saying, oh, look, Erika Kirk said his cell phone has no text about him being scared that the Jews are going to kill him.
Obviously reflected poorly on me because I was the one who said that he did, in fact, text multiple people the night before. And then I went on Jimmy Dore on Friday, Jimmy Dore show, and I clarified. I said, Andrew Colvett told me specifically that he was one of the people that received this text message. So I got that first person. I didn't get that from a source. I got that directly from Andrew Colvett. And then somebody who had access to Dan Flood's communications said that Dan Flood similarly received a text message. They owned that right away and explained. Erika said that she has Charlie's phone. She's looking at his iMessages. And it turns out that he, like everybody else, communicates on Signal. He communicates on Telegram. And that those when she heard me say that, they then went and looked, and yes, that what I said was true. Andrew Colvett received a message.
So Charlie apparently did send these messages, but they maybe weren't through iMessage, I guess. So now this has been verified. Is anyone going to own up to this, or any of the fucking Kash Patel dick riders on Twitter? Is anyone going to own up to this? Oops. We sat here, and you notice how none of these points are crucial at all when they get proven to be true and support the alt theories. Nobody cares about them once it gets proven true, and it supports our alternative view of the Kirk case. It's a crucial point for everybody to fight about whether the donor text was real. Whether this text where Charlie was telling people that he thought that Israel people were going to kill him or whatever, it was crucial. It mattered back before it was definitive, and everybody wanted to argue about it. But now when it gets proven true, everybody, the fucking the pro FBI people just move right past it and go, oh well, who cares? Whatever. Tyler Robinson did it. Strictly, what was his name? Oh, Strict what? Strict Hydra, 9105. What's up? Welcome. Thanks for hopping up in the chat. This is Dark Times with your boy, Dark Match Steve. I'm Dark Match Steve. How can we take any of this seriously anymore? Dude, look, I've been supporting Candace. I don't like it. There's too much. I'm with you on this. I don't know what side of the spectrum you're coming from with this exactly. But look, I've come from the position of supporting Candace if she's actually dropping stuff that is true. And so far, like, it seems like a lot of it, there's a lot of speculation, and I don't have a problem with that if it's someone who's actually, and I think she has been presenting it as speculation and crowdfunding research and stuff. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't like how much personality there is behind all of this. I don't like this, like, ooh, we're the Candace supporters. She's a mean girl. Yeah, she's a little gossipy. She's got some attitude, but yeah, we need that. She's getting out there. She was Charlie's friend too. And, I just want to, like, deal with the fucking facts. Why do we have to, like, it's just like it, like I said in my tweet, people are, like, wanting to, like, get behind truth arbiters and stuff, and it's like it ends up someone with a personality that's complicating everything and whatever. Just like I want to know the fucking facts.
The night before, and Dan Flood received a message the night before. Now they asked me if I had actually, like, a concrete a copy of what Dan Flood got the night before, and I said no. Somebody told me what it said, which was almost exactly what Andrew said, which is they're going to kill me. Andrew did not know who they were, that the they that he was referring to were, but they clarified that the message that Dan Flood received said the left is going to kill me. So I can't confirm that one way or the other. I have to trust them on that because I did not see that concrete message. I was told that it said they. Now, obviously, we discussed the moment, and I'm laughing here because you TikTokers are actually out of control. You guys are going to be the reason that Israel gets TikTok, because you guys are acting a fool all the time. And the videos were so hilarious of you guys mocking the Barry Weiss interview. It's great. It's good to laugh at ourselves. And Barry Weiss is always worth laughing at. But I was sort of like, hey, I felt name checked by the podcaster, Candace Owens, this obvious setup. and then asking me to stop. And it's interesting to hear Erika say that the reason she didn't ask me to stop in the beginning because she was actually learning things from the show. She was actually learning things, and that I think she similarly felt that Barry Weiss was trying to create a moment. Obviously, it's who Barry Weiss is. It's the Zionist lobby. She's trying to right perceived wrongs because I'm against her side. That does not surprise me. That's kind of why Barry Weiss exists. That's the reason they put her at CBS, is because she's just committed to stacking the audience with people that are going to present the pro-Israel cause and talk about anti-Semitism and talk about like crime being on the rise. It's kind of an embarrassment, but I actually do accept that. And I should also clarify that Barry Weiss obviously picked those questions. They were not random, like I told you. It wasn't like people were coming to the mic and it was an open mic and they didn't know what they were going to get. It was all very much planned by Barry. But Erika said that she knew the general idea, like they were going to mention me and mention the conspiracies. But she
Eat more. What's up, lover? Welcome. No problem. That sounds like a good time. Sorry, he said, sorry I'm late. Was eating pizza and looking at Christmas lights with the kids. Sounds like a good time.
was not given that specific, the podcaster, Candace Owens, question. So I think that's very clear about now. I did not at all recant any of my suspicions, and I understand people disagree with me about particular people at Turning Point USA. I communicated what I communicated in front of the whole world. My skin crawled after I spoke to Terrell Farnsworth, the person who took the cameras down. He lied to me several times. I explained to them, which felt good to have that direct communication, how Terrell lied multiple times, and that I did not understand why he was there that day. They echoed what he said. They defended what he said, that they were trying something new that day, that they typically live stream, which is what Terrell said. They typically live stream, and I said every college event. Well, they said, well, yeah, they live stream the events that are tour stops, but they don't live stream like the outside prove me wrong type events. And that was something that was new and it required Terrell. And I said, even if that was all real, if that was all true, I still didn't feel good about the conversation that I had with Terrell, and I can't ignore my gut about the many little lies that he told. I thought the video he recorded was weird. I know he comes from a very powerful family. I personally do not trust him. And I obviously do not like the fact that I said, Tyler Boyer lied about this thing and said, came up with an excuse and said, well, Terrell was asked to take the camera down. That's the reason, he said on Twitter, because the police wanted him to take it down to secure the footage. And I said, I know that's not true. And they said, well, after all of that, after he took the cameras down, there was a police officer or Fed, whoever it was, that spoke to him and asked him to secure the footage. Well, that makes sense, but it's not a reason for why he took it down immediately. It makes sense that as you're investigating, you're going to say, who's got the footage? Let's lock it down. But it didn't make sense to me that Tyler Boyer lied about it. And I don't trust Tyler Boyer. And that is never going to change. Similarly with Rob McCoy, he makes my skin crawl. I can't explain it. I look at him and he's a bad person and nobody can make me feel one way or the other about that. I was surprised to learn, and this is kind of gets into, I guess, us not knowing the inner workings at Turning Point USA, that Rob McCoy actually does not work with Turning Point USA in any capacity whatsoever. And so him communicating as he has done, like, I'm the pastor on this, I'm that, it's just not real. Like, that is not real. And we should know that that's not real. And when he says that, call him out on that separately from Turning Point USA. I was operating under the assumption that he worked for Turning Point USA. And I said, if obviously that's wrong, I'm happy to correct that. But also, what were we to assume when he hit the stage at the memorial and said, I'm America's pastor, and then had the Wikipedia updated and said, well, I'm assuming he had it updated because who else would do that he started Turning Point USA Faith. So I guess, to be clear, we were just wrong about that. And I will have a lot more to say about Rob McCoy and where I believe he fits into a lot of things. So I'm not letting up on that. Now, one piece of this where I still don't understand it, and
good drivers could save up to $1,200 a year with Root Insurance. We celebrate good drivers.
How dare they put a commercial in here when I'm trying to hit the bong?
With savings. Just download the app and get on the road for a bit. Root Insurance. Drive and save.
The Aran Sweater Market since 1892. For the authentic and original Irish Aran.
This is the face I make when I see commercials. I make the Destiny, I'm not impressed by your argument face. I just go.
Sweater with the largest range of colors and styles, as well as a variety of Aran.
Fucking
the magic bullet.
You think I got money for that? What are you, fucking crazy, YouTube?
Okay. Now we all recall what happened. I casually say on the show, hey, I saw the footage. There was no blood. And honestly, when I said it, I didn't process how big of a deal that was with the 30-06. Very quickly, what happens is Andrew Colvett whips up this tweet about what happened with the bullet. And he said he wanted to address all the discussion that was being had about the online chatter. I'm obviously paraphrasing here. He says, I apologize, it's going to get graphic, but he spoke with the surgeon. The bullet should have gone through. The surgeon then explained that what he's typically seen on these wounds, and basically this was all a miracle. Charlie saved lives, even in death.
Magic bones, they said. Remember, guys, the FBI theory, they're going with magic bones, okay? We're going with miracles, magic bones, and, trans furries. All right. And the conspiracy people don't need any of that for their theory. We don't, the conspiracy people, you'd expect, I feel like this is something you'd expect from the conspiracy people, is for your theory to involve Jesus, magic bones, miracles, and trans furries. But no, that is in fact what the FBI is going with right now.
And the internet clocked it, this miracle, the healthy bone, his bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive. Like, this is a quote, by the way. His bone was so healthy. I want to read it. This is allegedly from a surgeon. Quote, his bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel. It should have gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too. And we were just like, eek. That kind of was like the beginning of the WTF, right? I feel like that was kind of the beginning of it. And immediately people in the comments responded to Andrew, and he said, this individual said, this post is so fake as it would violate HIPAA. Like, there's patient privacy. You can't just call up the surgeon. And then Andrew Collette replies and says, rest assured, I would not have posted without full permission. Now, he said he spoke to the surgeon, and they confirmed that Andrew spoke to the surgeon, but that they did not know that he was going to write that tweet. They did not know that he called up the surgeon. So like, it very much came across to me like Andrew was just flying by the seat of his pants. I don't know. Like, he was just flying dark on it. And I was like, that seems very strange to me, because why would a surgeon do that? Like, the first thing the surgeon should say is, I can't speak to you. I don't even know, in theory, Andrew wasn't even there when Charlie died. I don't even know why the surgeon even knows this guy, actually. Maybe he hung around after, but, you know, Andrew was not one of the people that got out of the hospital or anything like that. So this is quite literally the PR.
Eatmore said, I didn't notice it until Scott Starbird was tagged you and cracking up at it. Eatmore said, Mama said they was my magic bones.
Guy who's calling the surgeon. And so that just seems very inappropriate for a person to do.
It's the medulla oblongata. Mama said crocodile's always angry because he got all them teeth and no toothbrush. It's the medulla oblongata.
Period. And I would say it was kind of the beginning, but that was what I got from that. Now, obviously, we discussed the security. I brought up Brian Harpole, this interview with Sean Ryan, and I think we can believe during the point when they say that they did not approve of this. They had no idea he was going on Sean Ryan. I think that's pretty clear. I don't believe he works there anymore. So that was kind of him, just getting out there and perhaps trying to rescue his own reputation. And I think that only made his reputation worse, actually, because people rightfully sensed that he wasn't telling the truth in that interview, that he was being cagey, that he was saying things that didn't make any sense. Again, you constantly have these people that believe, like Brian Harpole, that with enough performance, he can sit down and you're just going to...
I hope this Charlie Kirk case ruins everyone's reputation and credibility, including my own. Burn it all down.
Convince people that this is real. And this is just a different time. Like I said, these TikTokers are out of control. They will check you in 4 seconds. Okay. Things that the biggest piece of this that I want to communicate, and that I did communicate to them, and I hope that they took me seriously on this, or rather that they take my strong advice on this. I said, one of the reasons why I really want to sit down is because I want to walk out of here and feel confident saying to my audience, hey, like, there's stuff going on behind the scenes, but Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. Like, that more will come out, but you can take it from me that this is what happened. I was looking to achieve that because there's been a lot of signaling from...
Guys, I don't like the sound of that. Oh, man. I hope that... man, guys, ideally, Candace is still, like, hot on the trail and just not giving everything away. Remember, she claimed to have a dead man switch. And, you know, if we're being extremely charitable, I'm thinking, you know, that means she's holding stuff back. That's what that means. There's some dirt that she's holding on to. That's exactly what a dead man switch is, in especially in this context. I don't like that she is saying she went into that wanting to be able to go back to her audience and say, oh, it was Tyler Robinson, just rest assured, but there's more information that's going to come out, but just know it was Tyler Robinson. And I don't like the sound of that at all. And I think she's trying to come across as like extremely good faith and charitable. Man, I just don't like the sound of that. How can you? You know, she doesn't agree with, or I should say, I don't agree with her on everything that she's been saying. I mean, there's a lot of it that I'm glad that she has said, and I'm glad we were able to hear it. and especially from a high profile person. But she thinks Charlie still got shot from the front, and I think that is ridiculous. I mean, guys, I've debated, and I should show you guys. I'd like to be able to get to this tonight, but I wish I could have actual a Skype type of video call type of debates with people and use it for content. And I'm not looking to be a dick and dunk on anybody. And I feel like you could see that from if I could show you guys all of the Twitter, just back and forth debates that I've had with people about this. And if you actually talk to people who are good faith and want to understand each other, there's there's bridges to be gapped or whatever. And it's crazy because a lot of them will agree. They just say, it's a lot. It's for people who are not conspiracy minded or have a bias against trusting the FBI or something. It's a lot to ask of people to believe we have a modern day patsy who has a trans furry boyfriend and shot him from the roof, and that's what the FBI is telling us. And it barely, it kind of just makes sense enough that if you don't really look into it, you just go, and you don't. You're not biased towards not trusting the feds or a conspiracy lean to you. You don't have that, so you just kind of go with it. It's a lot to ask a person like that to go, oh yeah, the FBI concocted a whole thing and we don't know that that's the case, guys. There's so many options. Again, we don't know exactly. I mean, if you're not trusting the FBI here, maybe they just don't know what happened and they're going with this guy on the roof because it's the most obvious way to get a conviction. They think maybe it could. There's a chance that all the anomalies that involve Israel, it's not exactly that they actually pulled this off. That it was just whatever organization that pulled this hit off utilized some people in Israel who are good at gathering info and backgrounds on people and whatever, who are experts. I don't know. Israel's known for having spies, guys. We know this. Okay, Israel is. If you think about a country with spies, Israel is probably, even if you're not anti-Zionist person, Israel is one of the first, if not the first country that comes to mind if you think about spies. So that it might not actually be that they did this, but they were involved, probably, possibly unknowingly. There's so many options with this, which is why I think it's good to be able to keep having an open conversation. But it fucking worries me. I'm being real. It worries me that she would even say this. I just don't understand how you can mesh the two things. All the stuff you've said on your podcast that almost leaves no room for the idea that Tyler Robinson did this, and mesh that with, I'm going to talk with Erika hoping I can come back to my audience and say Tyler Robinson did it, but there's just a lot more info to come out. I don't, that doesn't compute for me.
Various people, some people who are experts, some people who have been involved in cases, that there's obviously going to be stuff that the public does not have access to. And so it is at least plausible that they have seen very clear footage that we've been asking for of Tyler Robinson getting up there and taking the shot. They have access to UVU cameras. So I was hoping to hear that. And I said that I want to hear why.
Okay, well, you know what? That's fair. I'm hoping she's just being way too charitable, because that is, that's fair. That's the thing. That's what we've been asking for. Show us the footage. You have the footage of Tyler Robinson running across the roof, and you're presenting this as proof that he did it. Why are you guys not showing us the 2 seconds prior to him running on that roof with him taking the shot? It is in the view of the camera. This just, the whole thing leaves open the possibility that he's a patsy. The way that they've released all the information that they've released, it leaves room for all these fucking conspiracies. If they truly have him nailed, maybe they do have a video of him actually doing it, whatever the fuck, I don't know. But like, if it is the case that they actually do have all the solid evidence on this, the FBI and whoever is involved in the publicizing of all the information we have on this has like done it in a way that perfectly leaves the space for conspiracies. You'll show us the video of the suspect running across the roof, but not show us the moment he took the shot, which would be like actually like proof, unless it only leaves speculation about if it's AI or CGI or something. But you could at least show us the shot, but you won't.
People feel so confident at Turning Point USA that Tyler Robinson is the guy. And at this point, they elected to call the lawyer, like, their lawyer who is involved in this case, one of the lawyers that's involved in this case. There's always a team of lawyers, especially for something like this. And what I got from the lawyer did not make me feel that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. It did not make me feel confident that he didn't or did shoot Charlie Kirk. I was very surprised by this.
You fucking asshole. Eat more coleslaw. I just saw this, bro. He said they're, referring to Israel, he said they are good spies, very nosy, as it were. I like it. I think it's a pop from me. Film of him running across the roof is actually just a stunt cut of film from 1993 classic legal thriller, The Firm. Oh shit! It sounds like a banger.
He spoke a very long time. I asked, can you share with me what it is? And I said, when you share this with me, I will not say what that thing is. That's what we want to protect the integrity of the case. I'm not going to, if you say, we've got the footage of him taking a shot, I promise I won't say that to the audience, but I will communicate to them that you have something that is solid. And no, to the exact contrary, this guy effectively said, not effectively, he said that they have nothing but the affidavit. Okay. So what we have seen is what they have. What is being discussed publicly, this whole non-expert problem where well, you don't know. It's like what you read, his messages that don't have any dates on it, Tyler Robinson writing out everything and a clean alibi. That's what they have. And
okay, so I've been stopping and starting this too fucking much. I'm hoping it's not ruined, and I've also playing it fast forwarded so we can kind of get through it. I hope I'm not making it too confusing. I'll explain like what she's getting at here in case anyone's missed it. There's too much bullshit going on here. So what she's getting at here, she's saying she was hoping going into this that maybe Erika Kirk and the TPUSA people, all the people that were currently closest around Charlie Kirk, she was praying, maybe the reason these people are acting the way they are is just something else. It just looks weird because it just looks weird. But Erika Kirk and all these TPUSA people have seen the evidence, that the definitive proof that Tyler Robinson did it. Maybe they have seen the rooftop video and no one else has seen. Maybe they have access to exclusive evidence about these text messages showing the actual timestamps and whatever the fuck. Maybe they have definitive proof because they have special access and other people don't. And she's saying no. So that is fucking weird. We're all looking at everybody, TPUSA, Erika Kirk, allegedly, which I kind of don't believe, but allegedly we're all looking at the same evidence. And some people think this is an open and shut case. That is crazy.
What he explained to me was that that's the affidavit stage. That's where it's at. And then what takes place now is the investigation is ongoing, right? So right now they're looking for more information. And once investigators, they could very well have obviously footage. And that is why they might feel that, we're definitely get this prosecution. But the reality.
Kirk said, I'm distracted by you wearing a t-shirt. Who, me? This is a tank top, bro. This is not a tee. This is a brand new tank top too. I forget what brand this is, but it's actually really nice. The fucking Fruit of the Loom, cheapy Hanes Fruit of the Loom ones that I've had, they really, you get what you pay for. You really do. I mean, they work, and it's if you just need a fucking shirt, whatever. But I got this pack. I forget how much these were for. It was like a 3-pack for like, I want to say 15 or something, which is a little expensive. But yeah, it's a good quality. Sicilian Redneck, what's up? What's up? The DMS beater, yeah. Thanks for joining us, bro. What was what's promo saying? Wasn't Noah a Jew? So there must have been at least 2 Jews on Noah's Ark. You know what I say? That's too many. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing, guys, for real. Guys, can we not have jokes? Are you not entertained? Tyler Robinson landed on the moon. I think promo code was saying something about that earlier, and I forgot to highlight it, guys. I'm all over the place. I'm telling you, it's harder. It's not easy being a streamer, guys, really. It's not easy to juggle the chat, and you try to read the chat and keep up with the chat and what you're trying to broadcast. It's just like, I mean, I'm basically like a genius being able to do this here. It's like, it's actually crazy. It's like, there's like rocket science, brain surgery, streamer.
Reality is they don't actually share that information with the victim. They don't share that information with Erika. In this part of the process, they will not know what investigators have discovered. This is what the lawyer told me until May. Okay. They have not seen anything that you have not seen, is what I want you to know. So with that in mind, I'm sitting here going, why are you signaling? Why do I feel like the public's being gaslit on this? There's been nothing that's convincing. There are so many commentators who have gone out and said to you, it's overwhelming. The evidence is overwhelming. The text messages that don't have a date, that don't even sound real, that's overwhelming. That to me feels really fake and gay. I really do want to say that to every commentator that is out there.
Oh yeah, fake and gay.
Trying to tell the public.
Based Candace.
And insisting that if you say it enough times to become real, you're actually just being dishonest. And I offered that a more honest way to communicate would be to say, we think he's involved. We feel strongly. I've said that. I think he's involved. We are very hopeful that throughout this investigation, we are going to get that concrete thing. And that's where we're at right now. That's just the stage that we are at. That is not what we're getting from them. That is like, I just feel like that's really important to let you guys know. Let the gaslighting stop. They have what you have. Okay. There is nothing else. They are in an investigative stage. Erika has been named as the victim. They will know more in this May hearing, which is the probable cause hearing. That's what the lawyer told me. It's probable cause hearing. And that's when they will see the evidence. That's when they get to present the evidence, why they are going to stand there before a judge and be like, yes, we need to move this forward. It's not just an affidavit. We're not pulling together scraps. We have concrete evidence. Until then, okay, until we all get on the same page and understand what else they have, I am very confident stating the opposite of all of my, I guess, well-paid peers in that I don't believe that Tyler Robinson pulled the trigger. And what I also said to them was, and I said this in front of the lawyer because I don't know why I'm like this. I was like, you might need a new lawyer.
You know what, guys? I'm holding out hope here. Maybe she won't completely do an about face. I don't know, but I'm still saying we need to be careful with Candace. We need to be careful. We can't just we have to go with what makes sense, guys. We have to see who has the best arguments and stuff. Don't let's not get wrapped up in the celebrity culture of breaking down conspiracies and stuff.
I was like, because this person's trying to sell to you that this is solid. One of the rules that me and my husband have is that if you have a lawyer that tells you like you're 100% going to win, it's very clear that you're going to win. You need a new lawyer. Okay, that's a cheerleader. That's not a lawyer. A lawyer, even if you should 100% win, should be telling you the risks here. I feel good about this case. Like, let me talk real to you. I feel good about this case, but here's where things could go wrong. I want you to understand those risks that are involved. We don't have this yet. We don't have that yet. And especially given what I told them, which is your lawyers or the investigators, rather, not their lawyers, because they're not the ones investigating. It's the state of Utah that's investigating. They have not called the one solitary person, as I told you guys, who filmed as he was on the roof. Remember the guy that's like, oh, there's somebody on the roof and he sees him crouched down. I said, I spoke to that person. And his testimony would be devastating to your prosecution. He saw the person on the roof. He filmed the person on the roof at 12:23 p.m. And he did not see that person take the shot. And this is not some random student. This is a guy who trains people to shoot guns at a range. He knows guns. Okay.
Wow. Dude. Guys, what if we have been right this whole time? I'm not going to say it's impossible that we're wrong on this. But what if we have been right this whole time, guys? How fucking based are we? I posted the day after Kirk got taken out. God rest his soul, if there is a God. The day after he got killed, I posted the video of it was, I think, like the actual original version of the object that looked like it came into over his right shoulder from above and behind him. I posted that day 2. I said, guys, careful. We're gonna get pushed into some weird shit here. They're gonna say that you already see all the conservative people, everyone had their mind made up, and they said, it's another trans person. It's politics. This is organic politics. It's getting too violent because you guys called Donald Trump Hitler, and it's, and I said, hold on, guys, something's off here. And what if we have been on the right track this whole time? They're not showing us definitive evidence. You can legitimately pick apart 90% of the FBI's supposed evidence that they have presented. There are so many problems with the official narrative. I am actually stunned. I'm stunned that I have not had to shift my position and be dodgy about this or something, or completely look retarded here. We've stuck with this from the beginning, guys. And I just I'm amazed that it's not, it's not a fucking joke or something. It really isn't. This is actually crazy. I can't believe it seems like we were probably on the right track this whole time. It just, to this day, it stuns me. So anyway, she's saying this guy, no one's contacted this guy. He saw this person. We played this video on the stream here. I'll blow this up a little more. This is the video where you can see, I don't know if you can see my mouse here, this little deal on the roof. We played this video, and the guy in this video goes, there's someone on the roof there. Not sure if they're going to do something about that. He says something weird in this video. But, this guy says he doesn't think that guy took the shot. This would be a good guy to ask. He noticed someone that looked like a sniper and filmed him. You'd think he would kind of pay attention if you notice someone that looks like a sniper and it's weird enough to you that you film them. You'd think you'd probably pay attention to this person through the whole event. I know if I saw someone in a sniper position on a rooftop at some event I was at, I would probably not be able to pay attention to the thing I came to see, whether it be a concert or Charlie Kirk speaking. I'd be watching the sniper the whole fucking time and telling the police about it. This might be a good person to ask about who you think shot him. So, this person says he watched this what looked like a sniper. It doesn't look like they took the shot. What if this is actually Tyler Robinson? The FBI showed us a stupid video of him running across the roof, and they won't show the moment of the shot because maybe he got up too soon. Maybe actually with the video that they had, the surveillance video, maybe Charlie Kirk maybe Tyler Robinson sort of got up and then the shot went off after. He timed it wrong. If he's supposed to be the patsy or something, who the fuck knows, dude? They could show us this and they just won't. They won't show the shot.
He said what he saw was a smaller gun. He said that this person was dressed in black tactical gear and there was no
Eat more. Dude, I did. What we did together, guys, and I'm totally not trying to be fake humble here, but for real, we fucking did it together, guys. We've really talked through this all. The chat has helped me a lot with stuff. Scott Starboard and I have we've been using info from each other's stream to sniff stuff out and whatever. It's been a group effort, but I feel like, God, guys, we've got a little based corner of the internet going here. We really do. It's crazy. And all I did was really get on here and start the stream and say, you know what? I really want to fucking call it like I see it. And oh man, I feel like there's been so many things on here that we've been right about. So yeah, pat yourselves on the back, guys. We deserve it.
Well, that's devastating. That would be devastating to the prosecution. And yet investigators haven't reached out. Now they offered back. Well,
We're not smelling ourselves here, but we do sniff this one. Yeah, buddy.
maybe they haven't reached out because they have an even clearer video. And that's true. That's actually a good rebuttal. They're like, we don't even have to talk to this guy because the video will speak for itself, and we saw what we saw. Okay, but wouldn't you still want to speak to the other guy so you could prepare? I don't know, to question him something. I don't like that this investigation is going on, and I feel as though I spoke to more people than they have. Both of the people who filmed videos that day told me that they weren't reached out to. So I don't understand what's happening here. I don't understand the confidence, I guess, is the best way to say this. I told them I do not understand the confidence that is happening. Now, another really big thing that happened was they brought me Mikey's call logs. Okay. They brought me Mikey's call logs. And that is why I said this was a productive meeting. There was no other way to say it. I asked every question and they came with paperwork to show and to answer and to explain certain things. Also, which was, I thought, actually kind of sweet.
Mikey's call logs. Okay. So I guess she's saying this is significant because of there was some discrepancies about who was claiming got calls from Mikey when Kirk got killed. I think that's why this is significant, if I'm following correctly.
That I guess I did on the previous show. I was like kind of looking at things in Mikey and I couldn't find him. And someone said, I think Mikey's not his real name. They thought it was his middle name actually. And I just assumed, okay, well maybe he's using his middle name and that's why I can't find him. But Mikey really wants you guys to know that is his real name, and it is his real name. I found out shortly thereafter that they were confusing his middle name with they thought it was switched. That Michael is his real name. Just to clarify that, because I realized I actually didn't go back and clarify that. But Mikey's call logs, big piece of this. Okay. I'm going to, I guess, jog your memory on what Blake said about Mikey that day, and then I'll tell you what actually happened, because I don't think Blake has that great of a memory. Okay, take a listen.
We've got one less cat to give treats to. Sorry, YouTube.
Yo, what's good, y'all? See that?
So I see bird, bro. What? I bet DMS still smells like soap after he works out. Dude, you know what? Like I feel like my body odor is really on point right now. It's got a good smell to it naturally because my diet's just so good. No, but for real, the deodorant I use is that Native brand. And I like that it's got, really basic ingredients, and it doesn't have aluminum or parabens and all that phthalate, whatever stuff. But it does not work well. If you're sweating, it will just sweat right off of you. But you still keep whatever is basically you'll sweat away all of the excess, and it still kind of helps a little. But if you actually start stinking, the kind of sweat where you do get the natural body odor, armpit smell, it'll still get out a little bit, but it's I'm not, it's again, I'm a petite, I'm a twink. I'm 140 pounds, 5'7". I don't produce nasty smells. My poop smells nice too. Really. It smells like soap.
I was not with Mikey, or I don't remember being with him. I think I was ahead of him as we left. And then we get out and I run for can't have been more than 15 or 20 seconds. And then I realized there hasn't been another shot. So the shooter has likely been detained or stopped or something, not in immediate danger. I pause, I look around me and I see Mikey there. And I will never forget what I saw, because I've seen Mikey almost every day for the past 2 years. I know his personality very well. He's a very bubbly guy. He's a very happy guy almost all of the time. And I'll never forget what I saw, because it was clear in the moment that he was profoundly freaked out. What I'll always remember is the way his lip was quivering, which I'd never seen before. And you very rarely see from someone that he was freaking out. And then I think he literally said to me, I might be imagining this, but I think what he literally said was, he was looking around and then he says, I need to call Erika. And then he takes his phone and he begins calling Erika. And I don't want to disclose how that call unfolded, but he did that. Your mind extends all of this, but that is happening within a minute of all of this occurring. I remember he calls Erika. Around the same time, I pull out my phone and I call my mom just to say.
So yeah, he's claiming he called Erika. I don't know what. Well, hold on. What, Kirk? You said you use Dollar Tree deodorant, bro. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. But you know what I will say? Part of the reason I did start looking for different deodorant. Guys, I don't know how much the paraben and aluminum stuff actually affects you. I worry about it, and I'm being serious. I don't have a bad body odor kind of problem. I work out in the morning, and I sweat a bunch, and then I go to work, and I don't like stink at work, you know. So it's not really that much of a problem. But part of the reason I switched was because I wear a lot of black t-shirts when I go out. I know on the stream it's like shirtless or a tank top half the time, but that's because I'm at home. I'm not broadcasting from my bedroom. It's its own dedicated studio room in my house, okay? But yeah, the fucking t-shirts, I would get the worst deodorant stains on my t-shirts from like regular deodorant, and I wouldn't like put a whole shitload on, but I would wear deodorant every day like a normal person, and I usually just go like blah 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 with it and just kind of, you know, spread it. And the same, you know, other side, and then I fucking my t-shirts would just get fucking crazy white stains, and it was mostly on the inside. You could but some of them you could see it on the outside of the shirt. And that's when I first started looking into what the fuck, like I need to like switch. I started looking around at deodorants, and I saw like paraben aluminum free, and I was like, oh, is that something I should worry about? And then that sent me down the rabbit hole of not getting normie deodorant. But yeah, dude, that normie deodorant fucks my shirts up for real. That's a whole nother thing too. Steve goes out sporting black like Steve Jobs or Elon. Bro, that is you know, it's almost true. I have a lot. I'm a ex, you know, goth kid. I got a lot of black clothes.
Mom, there's been a shooting. You're going to see it on the news. I'm okay. You know, pray for me. I've got to go. And I remember that call. And around the time I put that phone away, and then he immediately calls his dad. He calls Rob McCoy, and he says, Dad, someone shot Charlie. You need to call all of your pastor friends. Charlie was hit. We need everyone to pray right now. And that's what he told him.
Okay, so that's just not right. And so when he says, I might be imagining this, I'll never forget, followed by I might be imagining this, probably means that maybe you forgot and like you really could be imagining. Now, for me personally, I think the normal physiological response in these high adrenaline situations for most people is you lock in. They're literally your body, when it goes through something, when it's terrified and it's going through this sort of like, you are really paying attention to details. We've learned about this many times over in health class growing up. This is why they talk about that fight or flight response, and quite literally there's stuff happening to your body. And so there's a lot of details here that are just not accurate. And the one that surprised me the most about these call logs is I certainly feel that we were given the impression over and over and over again that the first person Mikey called was Erika, right? He called Erika. We were told this by many people also that he trained, like he almost like went to a camp and trained, and Charlie was like, 1, 2, 3, go, and like fast, 1, 2, 3, go. That's why he walked away, 1, 2, 3, go, and just told him this is what the first thing you do is. Well, he didn't do that. Actually, the first person he called was his wife. He called Elizabeth McCoy, and then he stayed on the phone with his wife for 10 minutes. And during those 10 minutes, he three-wayed Erika 3 minutes after the shot went off. And then he three-ways his father, and then he three-ways a third person who I'm not interested in mentioning because it's not relevant. This is Danny McCoy, by the way, is his brother that's in the military, but that's before the shot goes off. Charlie Kirk shot goes off. You know, I had that in detail. Charlie's brought to security. Mikey McCoy calls his wife. They will stay on the phone for 10 minutes. Okay. In that same minute, because we know this, because Blake Neff has given us his call log to his mother. Blake Neff called his mom. His call with his mother lasted 45 seconds. So we're assuming.
So 12:24. I wonder if she's gonna give any explanation as to what he was doing on the phone, because remember the whole thing was weird. Like as soon as Kirk got shot, he put his phone up to his ear, and it looked like he started like talking.
Assuming it went to 12:25, it very well could have stayed in 12:24, depending on the millisecond. Blake Neff ends that phone call with his mother.
I wonder if they're going to argue that this was some kind of FaceTime call. Because remember, he's like, you know, he has his phone out and he's sort of like I don't know.
Mikey McCoy, after the phone call with his mother ends, adds Erika to the phone. Okay, so that when he was recapping and he's like always lips quivering and he's like, I got to call Erika. And he's like, and then I called my mom. That's not right. That's just not right. Okay, Mikey called Erika after Blake Neff ended that phone call with his mother. If call logs are to be believed above, you know, human testimony. Mikey McCoy then drops Erika from the phone call 2 minutes later, and then he adds his father to the phone call. Again, he is this entire time on the phone with his wife, okay? And then Mikey McCoy ends his phone call with his father. He does call another person who I'm not mentioning, it's just not relevant to anything. not a character in the story rather. And then he ends the phone call with his wife, and a minute later, his brother calls him back, and they stay on the phone for 10 minutes. I did not get this from everybody speaking about this Mikey McCoy call log. I know that you guys did not get this. I did not get this. I don't know why she was disappeared from this. Like, you could go, like, the wife wants privacy. No, she was like, main stage at the memorial, has been, I would say very involved in a lot of this kind of, like, I think it's very close that she's close with Erika. They went on vacation together. So I don't get this disappearing act. I found that to be like, okay, but they were forthcoming with it. That feels good. That feels good, guys. Like, wow, we don't have to guess. Now we have solid answers. And like I said, when you come out and give solid answers and you're not weird and calling people names and saying all this stuff, it allows.
So it's funny. I was curious. So I looked up while this was playing. I looked up just what I was curious if Erika Kirk has tweeted anything after Candace has put this episode out, because as we're seeing here, Candace isn't really like walking back a lot. I'm worried about a couple things she said, and the wording of a couple things she said. But she still sounds like she's pressing a little bit here, and doesn't think it was Tyler Robinson. I mean, that's at least a breath of fresh air. But I was curious if Erika Kirk had tweeted. So the only thing she has, it says this is from today. I'm not sure what time. Hold on a second. Let me click on this. Yeah, 8. I'm assuming this is my time, right? 8:20. Yeah, 8:27 p.m. Oh, this is yesterday. Yeah, this is the 15th. So Erika Kirk has not tweeted today. Since this has been released. Let me see here. I'll let this keep playing.
Allows people to go, okay, I feel a bit more like we can trust this process because we have communication. That's the reality. And so I wanted to update you with that. Also, another thing that really, I think, surprised them and I think surprised me is getting back to this Hamptons retreat. The thing about the Hamptons retreat, and I communicated this with them, that makes me so uncomfortable is how many little lies were told. I think I've been clear about that. Like, Seth Dillon definitively pressed Charlie at this event. Now, whether it was in a hypothetical, which it was in a hypothetical, but he got fired up in a hypothetical of Charlie discussing potentially tweeting something against Bibi Netanyahu. It did lead to this firecracker moment. Again, this is one of those things where I go, why am I always being hung out to dry for telling people the truth? Especially when I wasn't going, oh, well, Seth Dillon killed Charlie Kirk. I just, like, this happened. It factually happened. And yet everybody's kind of putting out these weird statements and they're not being honest in them. And I was saying that made me feel really weird. And I would love to know more about this Bibi Netanyahu offer to fund Turning Point to the next level. At which point, Erika said she was not aware of that happening. It is obviously totally possible that was kept in the business lane of Turning Point USA. But I'm certain, I said, I am absolutely certain that I did not get this from an obscure source, that Bibi offered to fund Turning Point to the next level. And it was part of my frustration with that sit down with Alex Clark, where Andrew said, oh, there was not $150 million that's made up. I told them, Andrew Kovac was my source. Andrew Kovac told me verbatim that Bibi Netanyahu offered to take Turning Point to the next level and that Charlie turned that money down. So I said, there's a bit of a predicament when I'm being like lambasted by all of these voices and people that are attacking me and these paid campaigns. And when I say paid, yes, okay, actually have the names of people. Different ways are being paid. Some are being paid by PR firms. Too many are being paid by Prager University.
So this is just interesting. I'm just seeing a few things on Twitter here. And all we're going to get through, I guess, with Candace, this part about her sit down with Erika Kirk, we might not even go through the whole thing here. But look, it ends here. She gets into an ad right here. So it ends in a couple minutes. And I got a bunch of other shit saved here. But here on Twitter, we'll switch over for just 1 second. I'll show you this. This is interesting because, again, like the main thing that she is sort of like walked back is her statement about do not fund this organization, pull your funding because it's a godforsaken organization and whatever. I don't like how that was sort of walked back. That is like walking back a little bit, but I don't know. This is interesting. I mean, this person said after being exposed as a lying, fraudulent grifter. Okay, this person is just trying to talk shit about Candace because this is how'd she get exposed? Who just got done walking back everything she pushed for the last 97 days. You know, I mean, I was being critical of Candace. The only thing, I only feel like she really walked back that one tweet. And then they're saying she's crashing out. I've seen other people responding and reposting these. She's fighting with Tim Pool in this one. Tim Pool is like claiming Candace Owens had some of the same security team that TPUSA had. And I don't know if that's true. She's fighting with him about that. And anyway, we'll get back to this video and then move along to the other stuff I got saved here. Here we go.
Which is upsetting to me because I know Marissa and it's just dirty. But it's especially crazy when people are calling it a conspiracy when I share things that are told to me from the spokesperson of Turning Point USA. Okay, that's weird. And yes, they were forthcoming. Nobody's ever denied this, so this was not on our list of lies about the fact that Bibi Netanyahu did call him. Okay, that did happen. Bibi shared that, by the way. Our source for that could have just as well been Bibi Netanyahu. And not a lot of clarity on, I don't know, why some people think he didn't make this offer and why definitively 3 different sources who would have knowledge of this confirmed to me that Bibi Netanyahu did indeed make this offer. I never said $150 million ever, not once on the show. I wouldn't have even said that, by the way. If you said take Turning Point to the next level, I actually would have assumed it was more, if I'm being honest. That's a hefty offer and it leads to a lot of questions. So there was not a lot of clarity there. Lastly, I want to add, of course, I was locked in this meeting when people on live were another round of debunking the Egyptian planes. I want to be very clear. We discussed the Egyptian planes, and I have since worked on an incredible document about the Egyptian planes, which we are going to put up on our website because I realized that when we shared that spreadsheet, people assumed that one of the columns, which was actually saying where the planes landed on that day, because it was plus or minus 3 days, was exactly where Erika had been on that day, and that was inaccurate. And so for clarity, I had been working on the last week on turning it into an interactive timeline that we can put up on our website, because I'm certain that these Egyptian planes are incredibly shady, and that they were in fact tracking Turning Point USA faith broader events. Of course, Erika was at some of them, Charlie was at some of them, but it is the pattern here is undeniable. So let the naysayers and people make videos trying to, fifth round debunk these planes. I also want to say to you that I feel very confident that I know why these planes have caused such panic, and it is because there is overwhelming evidence that these planes regularly fly in and out of Israel. And I'm going to present that evidence tomorrow. I say that strongly. This is I feel very confident saying these Egyptian planes are flying in and out. And notice I'm saying planes because once I was able to connect people that were on those planes onto other Egyptian planes, I was able to realize that these planes are flying in and out of Israel and turning their transponder off each time that they do it. That is now makes perfect sense of why there was this mass panic, right? It's not exactly like we have a strong Egyptian lobby in the United States. Now we're like, whoa, well, those darn Egyptians again are trying to get TikTok censored. I mean, every person in the game, Barry, acting. Well, these are the usual suspects that act if something is a threat to Israel, okay? Which is, they should have just been forthcoming, pretended that it was changing apart. Instead, they're trying to gaslight us, and they're actually, frankly, just pissing me off. So I became locked in on these Egyptian planes, because that's how I am, okay? You keep pushing me and keep pushing me, I will become an expert on these planes. I'll learn how to build an Egyptian plane. The reality is, like I said, tomorrow I will show you how these planes tie back to Israel. And
okay, so we get it with the planes and stuff. That's not even something I've even paid attention to here. Erika Kirk spelled backwards is Tyler Robinson. And you're going to tell me that's a coincidence? Yeah, right. Tim Pool going real estrogen. Bro, Tim Pool. Dude, I don't know about Tim Pool. I don't know about any of these guys. Bro, I don't trust Tim Pool. What's his Chowder? Steven Chowder. Bro, I'm done. Done with all these fools. What was I gonna go to here? Oh, so bro, here we go. We're gonna take a look at this. I watched this on his podcast the day it came out. Here's some extremely based Tim Dillon, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a second. Let me get you guys over to this tab. I hope this has the whole segment. Promo says they're all feds. Dude, that's what I'm worried about. I really am. I'm worried that it's all feds. I told you guys, the first exhibit of proof I have that they're feds is number one. All these fed streamers have more subscribers than me. And my stream is so much better. That's exhibit A right there. That's red flag number 1, 2, and 3. Is that how could any of these people have more subscribers than me? All right, here we go. Oh, I almost put you on the here. All right. Yep. Oh, is this it? Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to go down here so I can blow this up as much as I can because Instagram sucks. Here we go. And this is, I feel like Tim Dillon. This is a sort of, I feel like Tim Dillon is actually ungovernable. Candace Owens wants to be ungovernable. I don't think she's ungovernable in the way that Tim Dillon is. Just, a middle-aged, heavy-set gay guy who just does not give a fuck and wants to do his show and just, read a couple ads, rake in some money and be funny and just enjoy doing his podcast where he can talk shit about whoever and whatever he wants. I think Tim Dillon is actually ungovernable. And so when you see Tim Dillon, like the first this first became extremely palpable was when Tim Dillon introed his show with the whole parody with Erika Kirk singing that song. He had like an actress come in playing Erika Kirk and all this shit. It was the funniest fucking intro ever. And it just, it made me feel a lot better because I feel like Tim Dillon is oddly enough a voice of reason in a way to when someone can make a parody like that and it so perfectly shows how absurd all of this is. The way people are acting in all this, from the FBI to everyone at TPUSA, Erika Kirk, everything. It's all so absurd. And when you see a comedian that can perfectly parody how absurd it all is, I feel like it's this way of art just incredibly accurately imitating life, and I feel like this if I remember correctly, this is a good example of the same thing here.
Here's what I will say about this thing, which I don't know much about.
This is not a parody, though. By the way, this is just him dropping some knowledge and some interesting takes on this.
They're now unearthing weird things about the finances of TPUSA. Charlie Kirk, who I believe was someone who they could not compromise because he was not a drug addict or secretly gay, he didn't have a gambling problem or whatever, which, by the way, a lot of people in politics do.
Yeah, that, you know what? I feel like that helps Tim Dillon as well. Being that you're someone who is openly gay, you know how many people get blackmailed with that? You're just like, you're just trouble for the system if you have no problem telling people you're gay. Even people like me, who I'm not actually gay, but I tell people I'm gay. I play a gay character on my live stream, so no one can like blackmail me for being gay. I'm pretending to be gay. Oh, thank you, Emore. I appreciate it. Tim Dillon is my second favorite gay man after DMS. He should be your first. He's earned it. Extremely based and funny.
They can be compromised because you're living some type of double life. And I don't believe that was the case with him. I believe there were people around him that was the case. And those people were probably either compromised to a degree. And again, none of this suggests that they killed him. But there's a weird picture emerging with that organization where there are people that Charlie had ordered an internal audit of TPUSA going, hey, where's a lot of this money coming from? Where's it going? Like, what's happening? And I think what started to happen was, I'm just going off of nothing here. And I want to preface what I say. So when it's reported by like MSNBC or something to fill their airwaves, I want to preface that I'm just kind of going over that. I think it is very possible that Charlie Kirk, if it wasn't the lover of the furry, Tyler Robinson, right? Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
If it wasn't him, I think it's very possible that Charlie Kirk discovered something before he died. and not a lot of people knew about it. And it was so
What are all of the fucking Fed dick writers going to say about Tim Dillon? They're going to pretend that this clip doesn't exist, aren't they? Because he already clarified he's not saying. You have to clarify this because everybody's going to extrapolate and run with whatever you say to try to fit whatever narrative they have. But he couched all of this in saying this doesn't mean that TPUSA members actually killed him. Okay, but we're saying there's weird shit going on. And we can't just say, oh, we can't have a conversation about any of this because Erika Kirk is going to run out of tissues from crying so much. That is not a good reason to not discuss all this. I'm sorry.
Something damning, and it was something that threatened the existence not only of that organization, but of the kind of political infrastructure that supported that organization, meaning some of the very big donors, perhaps, or maybe something in the administration or some weird connection. I don't know. But it is possible when I read his texts from a few days before that event, and he's talking about they're going to kill me, and now obviously texts are weird because you don't have context, right? But when he's talking about they're going to kill me, they're attacking me, he sounded like a guy who was trying to say something. And if you read between the lines, that interview he did with Megyn Kelly, where he was going, I'm being accused of this. They're saying I'm being attacked. I felt like there was something he wasn't saying. Again, this is all literally based. This is off a hunch. This is just a thought experiment. It's an exercise. That organization seems like it was being used by certain people in ways that Charlie didn't know about. And he may or may not have stumbled upon something that was damning enough that someone decided that he had to go.
Wow. Sicilian said, someone took the money Charlie turned down. Find the money, follow the money. How dare you say that? You're going to make Erika Kirk cry. Take it back now. Take it back.
Here's what I will say about this thing, which I don't know much about. They're now unearthing weird things about the finances of TPUSA. Charlie Kirk, who I believe was someone who they could not come.
Okay, yeah, it started over. All right, here, let me go. Let's get you guys back here. I don't want to show you guys all the other stuff I have in my DMs. It's a lot of, you guys know, it's a lot of booty pics and stuff. How embarrassing if you guys saw that. All the booty pics I have in here. Okay, hold on. Let's get you guys back here. Okay. I don't honestly, guys, it's been a wild, I've had a rough 24 hours and I don't remember why I saved this video. So let's watch it together. Okay.
Erika Kirk might have been trafficking children. All right, so we got new documents being released from Romania, translated to English, talking about an organization which was under investigation for trafficking women, some of them children, allegedly, to a U.S. air base, or a U.S. military base in Romania, stationed in Romania.
The document mentions the years 2012 to 2015, which is when the Erika's Angels or whatever was being run. I don't see any mention of Erika Kirk's company, though, in the document. However, there are some redacted parts. So,
I mean, bottom line, now you can say there is definitely smoke there when it comes to just even the fact that if they were running some sort of children American charity, type foundation in Romania during that time frame, those things were happening with other companies or corporations or charity organizations that were doing the same thing. So, I don't know, bro. I've never wanted to entertain the Erika Kirk claims, because that would just mean. Anyways, this is new information. Let me know what you guys. Erika Kirk might have been trafficking.
Okay. That's wild. Here, let me show you. This is the chick. I'll leave that tab up there, but I'll bring you guys here. Is this going to do what I want? No, it's not. Hold on, guys. Okay. Here, let me here we go. You guys with me? Yeah, you are. Okay. Let me go down here so you can see this a little bit better. Bro, this chick has been posting some interesting shit too. And I feel like, again, guys, that's the thing. You got to be careful with some people will try to use comedy and memes to just push propaganda, and they're trafficking propaganda, but they're trying to harness meme magic and comedy and stuff. And I feel like that's it's not obvious for everybody, but for me, I feel like that's pretty easy to sniff out a lot of the time. But I like to see someone that seems like they are authentically getting on they're doing a video or getting on stage at a comedy set, which we've shown. I forget the name of the comedian that's been doing a lot of Charlie Kirk sets. But I like to see when the culture organically produces content like this that it seems very authentic and accurate. The same with Tim Dillon doing his parody bits about Erika Kirk and all that shit. Fucking love it. Oh, okay, we need sound, don't we? Wait, does this have no.
Thread with Turning Point employees and said that he had no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause.
Yeah, she said Charlie Kirk was on the thread with TPUSA employees, said he had no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause.
Yeah, he said he was being manipulated and lost a $2 million donor because he wouldn't do what they said. A few days after his death, this headline came out that he refused Netanyahu's funding and was frightened by pro-Israel forces before death because he was changing his perspective on it completely. Yeah, don't you find it weird that his wife is now accepting millions of dollars from pro-Israel donors and was publicly asked to condemn anti-Israel narratives publicly on national news?
Will you here condemn the individuals spreading that hate and speak out clearly enough against anti-Semitism so we can prevent another tragedy?
Charlie always would say very clearly, Jew hate was brain rot. He would always say it. We've been to Israel twice together. And to be able to walk in the place where our Lord walked and see the Bible come to life in Technicolor, how could you hate that place? How could you hate the Jewish people?
Hell yes, girl, get that money. Make his best friend look like she's crazy. The Bride of Chucky. Isn't it weird that Chucky is a nickname for Charlie?
Bro, guys, I was the first person to point this out, that she looks like the Bride of Chucky. I was the first one to point this out. And here we go. We got some lady making reels out of my ideas. No, it's good. She probably thought this herself too. This lady is definitely not watching this stream.
Charles. It's like life imitates art. You know what I mean? Kirk had a mass text thread.
Bruh. All right, let me put you guys there. A Hollywood reference? Dude, you know what, one of the things, there's been, you know how the movie where the guy, Kirkland or whatever, what was the name of the movie? Snake Eyes? With what's his fucking name? Was it Nicolas Cage? Who's in the movie that it's had correlations with the Charlie Kirk thing? Anyway, the way that woman was dressed and stuff, there was there was weird correlations with that. And Erika Kirk going on stage with the leather pants and the white top, and how people thought that was kind of weird and stuff. And that kind of made me think of the Bride of Chucky too, because she wears leather in that movie. The Chucky doll wears leather. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Did I? Oh fuck! I got rid of my messages. Hold on a second. Here, are you guys still on? Where are you? There you go. We're back. Here, let me go down here.
Israel has spent almost $1 billion on marketing firms to manage their image in the US, and they buy bot farms to manage their image on social media as well. They've been caught using bot farms to meddle in elections. Actually, over 20 different countries have had their elections meddled with through bot farms controlled by Israel. They also have a lot of private donors. I found out that Larry Ellison is the largest private donor to Israel. The tech billionaire, he also controls CBS now. As of recently, he controls everything on CBS. He also controls Paramount. So he's going to control the movies that come out and the narrative he's about to acquire CNN too. CNN, yeah, like the news that people trust. Now he owns TikTok. He co-founded Oracle, which is based out of Austin, Texas. It's been managing TikTok for the past 2 years, but it now completely controls TikTok as of last week. And that's probably why your video that had over 1 million views just disappeared about Charlie Kirk and exposing stuff. Yeah, TikTok paved the way for information sharing that regular people could do. And it literally is the only reason why Instagram Reels exists, or even Facebook Reels. Yeah, so watch the trickle-down effect. We're not going to get any information anymore. You know, Israel has spent almost
Okay, I thought it was Kirk related, but it wasn't. All right, so let's what time is it? 10:37. Okay. You guys still with me? You guys still locked in? Do we have the attention span to take a quick look, and by quick I mean probably an hour-long edge fest of the Australia Bondi Beach deal? Do we have the time and attention for that? Yes, dude. Yes. We want to jump into this? Fuck yeah, Icy Bird. Let's fucking go. Okay. All right, Scott. All right, so gonna definitely need to hit this bong again, even though it's just CBD tobacco. It's barely gonna do anything for me. Okay, so this is what I talked about at the very beginning of the stream, where I said, it's funny how when I sort of started, when I came up with of course I had a pre-recorded podcast I used to do years ago, and it's on Spotify. But when I first had the idea of ever doing any kind of podcast type of thing and seriously pursue it was to cover more conspiracy based shit. Promo code, let's go. All right. And it's funny now how sometimes again, guys, this has been a team effort for real. You guys keep me honest. The fact that I do have, a live audience in here and some people in the chat, it's one thing to pre-record some shit and just go off on a fucking tangent and, lose yourself or something. But when I have it's probably easier for more people to just lie to themselves than to lie to other people that, I value you guys clicking on this. I as an audience, I feel disrespected when someone throws a shitty argument my way and they're clearly just promoting some propaganda bullshit. So, I just come on here and try to be extremely based. Okay. And we succeed in that. And it's funny how I end up checking conspiracy people and having to reel other people in because I totally had my tinfoil hat on when I first ever had the idea of doing a podcast. I was like, I'm going to talk about fucking pizza stuff and aliens and fucking, all of it and just blow people's minds. And now I'm here like reeling fucking schizo people back in some nights. So it's just funny. We're going to look. Okay. So there are some things that I'm that are weird to me. There's one angle of video footage of this shooting, and where did I save it? It looks fucking weird, guys. It looks like this guy is shooting blanks. Okay, one of the rifles, and it's weird, and it's the guy that was shooting the rifle who actually got disarmed. Did you guys see that? There was a brave guy that ran up, and I guess while the guy was reloading or something maybe, and ran up and took one of the shooter's rifles, and then I think he got shot, and so that shooter got his rifle back, and then you saw how it ended with the guys on the little bridge thing. They both supposedly got shot and killed right there. Let me see. Is this it? Dude, yeah, this is it. I found it right away. Okay, here we go. Lock in. Okay, so let me just, I'm hoping, there's no issues with TOS here. I'm trying to not show anything too violent or crazy. And again, the reason I'm showing this is because this is footage where no one gets hurt here. No one gets shot. And that is the point of me showing this, is that it's weird that no one gets hit. And again, I feel like we got to be extra careful these days. I'm not saying the whole thing's fake. No one got killed. I don't know, guys. I'm starting off with this. I want to get this out of the way, and I want to show you the thing people are debating about, this one image and AI stuff, and we'll get into it. I feel like it's worth showing you everything that I found with this, and I'm hoping I have it all, it's not organized, but I hope I can get through this because, my head's been all over the place. But here we go. So let me go down here so you guys can see this. So I might play this a couple times, but this is an angle, someone who's filming. This is one of the shooters right here, and he's shooting. It looks like he's shooting at these people that are standing right there. There's people standing right there, not taking cover. This is a legitimate video. This is not AI. This is an angle that everybody's been sharing. There's no debate about this footage here, as far as I know. This guy's it looks weird.
Oh my God. Fireworks.
Okay, hold on a second, guys. I thought it was just going to show that one bit of footage. I don't remember what the rest of this is. I don't want to play too loose here. I just don't want to show anybody actually, anything bad. It doesn't look like you see anybody actually, getting hurt. Well, hold on. Let me play till the end. I'll get you guys back on it. Sorry. Hold on one second, guys.
Hey, stay there. Boys, get down.
Okay, let me get you. We're good. I can show all this. This doesn't show anything graphic. Okay, so take a look. This is the beginning of the video. This guy is aiming over there. There's people that are walking right there. They see the guy with the gun, and they're not getting down or anything.
Oh my God.
He just shot. And again, maybe he missed. But these people aren't getting down, and no one got hit. I think this is around the time that this guy gets disarmed, but they don't have that clip stitched in here.
Fireworks.
Someone says fireworks. This looks crazy here. I got to look into what kind of gun this is. I guess it's, maybe there is, I don't know what kind of mag. Maybe this is like a 4 or 5 round mag, but you can't see a magazine, and he's just pumping out rounds with this. Again, guys, this is not, and let me be real here. I don't want to give anybody any impression. I've been transparent with what I have experience with and what I don't. I'm not someone that's very familiar with like sniper rifles, so to speak. Okay. Like real long distance, shooting through a scope, 30-06, all this shit. I mean, I've been having to look all this stuff through the Kirk coverage and everything. I've been having to learn a bunch of stuff with this and whatever. I don't know. I'm not trying to say this is like fake footage or something, but it's just weird. It seems like he's like pumping all these. He shoots and keeps reloading, shoots, reloads, shoots, reloads. And I don't see a magazine, but it may, I think the kind of magazine that this takes, it's not, it's one that is like when you push it in, I think you can't see it, and it only holds like 4 or 5 rounds. But again, I'm not entirely sure. Let me go back down here so you guys can see. Just look at this clip here. No, it's a clip coming up. You'll see how the guy keeps shooting and racking a new round, shooting and racking. I guess that's I'm an idiot. I'm assuming that's bolt action, right? That's what I don't have a lot of experience with bolt action rifles. I believe that's the term for those. I'm someone, pretty much the majority of my experience with firearms is just semi-automatic. Pistols and rifles. That's it. I haven't fucked with shotguns much or fucking bolt action rifles or revolvers for that matter. I've shot a few revolvers, but just like literally like a couple, 2 or 3. And one of them was Smith & Wesson 500, which shoots a 50 cal, and it was fucking incredible. I couldn't believe I kept the gun in my hand. Seriously, the group we were with, it was like a group of, college age friends. This is back, not that long ago. Anyway, but yeah, we went to the gun range, this group of friends. I mean, a couple of them are like actually, they look like fully grown men. I'm a twink. Okay. Take a look at me. 140 pounds, 5'7". I'm a twink. But these are like fully grown men shooting this thing and like, and being intimidated by it. And I just went up there and shot it. I was just so proud it stayed in my hand. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. That's 4 rounds. So yeah. And then it looks like he goes to take another shot and then he doesn't, or I don't know if he actually pulls the trigger, but then he moves on.
Hey, stay there.
See, this is the other shooter. When he didn't have his rifle, they just don't have that clip stitched in where the guy took his rifle, but this is one of the moments where he is disarmed.
Boys, get down. Oh my God.
That's crazy, man. He didn't hit anybody there. Here, let me go here and that. All right, this is the other weird thing, and again, I don't know. I haven't tried to verify this, but I saved this clip. I wanted to watch it. This guy,
Can you tell me what
is supposedly an eyewitness there, claims the police wouldn't return fire. And part of the reason I saved this, I don't know if I saved the other clip, but there's another clip. We could probably find it actually if we really want to. But there was another clip where you could actually see there's like a female officer that would not go up to the suspects, and it was even after the suspects were like down on the ground. There's a female cop who was like standing there like in shock and would not walk away from the police vehicle. Maybe I can find that. Hold on. This toothpick fell apart in my mouth. Okay, let me go. Here we go. Let's listen to what this guy says. This is supposedly a witness of the Bondi, or a survivor of the Bondi massacre.
happened?
Yes, there was 2 shooters, one on the bridge, one under the bridge. Just started to shoot for 20 minutes. They shoot, change magazine and just shoot. Simple as that. 20 minutes with 4 policemen there. Nobody give fire back. Nothing. Like they froze. Like for it looked like 20 minutes. Like, and they shoot. The guy changed magazine. I look at him all the time. I was doing my babies under me, and I look at that. And it's just rifle and a pistol, and just shoot. And the other one was under. They started to come close to the audience. I think one of the people took his rifle and shoot him. That's one of them. That's what I saw. I didn't know how much I saw, but
Who were they targeting?
oh, all the crowd, anyone, Jewish, just shoot. Doesn't matter who. Men, all kids, everyone was no.
Did they say anything?
I couldn't hear. Like the shooting was so loud, we couldn't hear if they said. I was too far. He was on the bridge. I was near the tent. So, but I saw. I look at him. I look what he shot. I look at his rifle. He aimed. He did. He really like take his time. He should take his time. And 4 policemen there didn't give fire back. I don't understand why. Why?
What was going through your mind?
Nothing. Like I'm Israeli. Like.
Bro, that's crazy, man. You know, and this is like the Uvalde incident where you're just watching some fucking cops you know, fucking use hand sanitizer and stuff while kids are getting shot. It's crazy if this is actually what it appears to be, but you know, it's fucking nuts, man. I mean, and this is I feel like a harsh reality. And Australia has sort of been in this, you know, Australia is a big talking point for the pro-gun legislation people, the pro-gun control people who want to pass more gun laws in America. Australia is the biggest talking point ever. They haven't had a massacre since they passed that one law. You know, they had one really bad shooting decades ago, and they passed that one law and really ratcheted down the gun rights, and now nothing's ever happened again. Dude, we are like, it's sort of like that. I get where some pro gun legislation people are coming from, and I have sympathy for their position and stuff. But I feel like this is just such an unreasonable thing to think in this era, and I feel like all the pro gun people, probably all of them don't, but I think some of them get this, that it's like, you know, a firearm is a type of thing that it's like you can really blur the lines with stuff, with what is and isn't a firearm. And we're in the age of 3D printing. Fuck, anybody can 3D print anything and get little fucking whatever metal pieces they might have to have from a Home Depot, and you have a fucking gun. People can learn how to make their own ammo. I mean, this is just like to ratchet down the laws so much that 2 guys with bolt action rifles sloppily like taking their time to reload and stuff. I don't see this happening in America. We've seen a lot of shootings that have happened recently. The one church one where that guy starts shooting and the guy that's in the church has a gun and took him out. Took him right the F out. And the guy with the AR that took out that other guy in that other shooting, you know, it's a lot of the time there's some civilian there with a firearm in the US, and then at least once in a while it saves some lives when there's some actual wacko doing something crazy. But you know, Australia's going to have to wake up. That's just how it is, man. You got to stay ready. You don't want to, I get it. You don't want to carry a gun. I used to totally be like that, where I was just honestly scared to. Not that everyone that doesn't want to have a gun is scared, but you know, anyway, I've been there.
I'm familiar with this situation, but it's terrible in the middle of Bondi. It's terrible, terrible.
What was tonight supposed to be about?
Hanukka events. Jewish Hanukka events.
Hanukka.
It's like we do it every year. Sunday, first day of Hanukka, we do it here. For me, it's not.
So the Jewish people in Australia don't assimilate there either. I don't hear him with an Australian accent. Hanukkah, mate. It's Hanukkah, mate. We do it every year, mate.
I'm get used to that. But
what is this?
Like try to kill us, like this, like terrorism, like try to kill Jews. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are. You kill a Jew. That's it. And it's time to people in Australia to start to understand we are not a target.
Dude, I feel terrible for these people. And you know what, Jewish people, that it goes out to you too. I truly, because I do care about every person. I don't, I am not fond of people's religions, but as people, you guys should stay ready. You guys should stay ready. Everybody should stay ready. But if you guys are actually, concerned and you're taking all this seriously and you're actually scared, then, stay ready.
Okay, we are civilian like you. We do this.
Oh, BW, you're doing you dabble in the 3D printing? A buddy of mine does too. Yeah, I won't elaborate much more than that. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's really cool. I'm not a very tech savvy person at all. My buddy, a buddy of mine is a lot more than me. And I was seriously impressed. And this motherfucker, I was like shook that he just bought a 3D printer and just figured it all out. I helped him with some stuff and like barely at all, but there's a bunch of things that I helped him with, just like little things where he would run into some problem and I'm like, that's because of this. Like one of the things was he would have issues with the prints when they'd start to like come up off of the damn base and stuff. And I kept telling him, I was like, dude, there's some kind of problem with that. Like that stuff it's not staying the right temperature when it's down or some shit like that. And anyway, bro, I was shook that this motherfucker actually was printing stuff, guys.
Same thing. There's no reason that we feel not safe here in our country. This is our country. This is how we live, where we live. We need to feel safe.
Is your family?
Oh God, they're claiming Australia now too. Did God promise Australia to the Jews as well? Is that in the Bible? Promo code said, "I'm not tech savvy," in quotation marks, says the streamer. Bro, you guys have no idea. I'm not sure how I feel. I do kind of like the idea that some people think that I'm like smart or tech savvy being a streamer. Dude, I'm using StreamYard. StreamYard is like, the iPhone or the what's it called? I couldn't even tell you what iOS. Yeah. The operating system of fucking Apple or something. It's like it's intuitive and easy to learn, easy to do. It's so easy. That's why I went with StreamYard, and I pay for it. And it does. It has cool features and stuff. I like it. It's got some issues here and there, but that's part of the reason I went with StreamYard is because it's just incredibly easy to figure out.
Family safe? Is your family okay?
I come with 6 kids, and thanks God, yes, everybody's safe.
Okay. And what did you see? What did you see anyone injured?
I see 6 people dead and 6 people injured. 6 or 7 people injured.
6, 7.
What words come to mind? How do you describe this moment?
I was a soldier, so I just checked that my kid is okay, that everybody around me is okay. Call medical people for the injured. And that's what I could do, to collect my kids and run away to the car.
You were a soldier in Israel?
Yeah.
Did you ever expect a war zone at Bondi Beach?
But I know it's come one day. I saw many incidents. I know it's come one day, but not that level. No, I thought one car, one shoot, one bullet, not 20 minutes.
Can you tell me what happened?
Okay, so that's interesting. Let me. And I'm not trying to get you. I'm not trying to be a crazy conspiracy person and be like, that's interesting. You guys extrapolate that for yourselves. I'm just seriously like, that's interesting. That's crazy. I don't know what to anyway. Bro, you know what's funny is that this ad came up while I was and I saw it like a week or two before. And I don't know why I keep getting these ads. Maybe it's because it's guys in Speedos. However, I don't wear Speedos like to go swim or to the beach or something. This is like, in the US, we don't do that. If you do that here, it's just like weird. And it shouldn't be that way. I'd love to see guys out in their Speedos. Remember, I'm playing a gay character here. But banana hammock, yes. I think they're cool, but people are fucking weird about it in the US. Here, let me go down here. It's just funny because this is a Budgie Smuggler, which is like a Speedo brand, an Australian Speedo brand, if I'm not mistaken. And this is one of their ads. It's in Australian Beach. It's just funny because this popped up, or like right after. This popped up before and after I started seeing stuff about the shooting.
Ready?
Going to an Aussie beach in the summer.
Everything that I found, praise the Lord. Worship Christ
They just start getting shot.
with the best of your portions. I know I won't forget all he's done. He's the strength in this race that I run. Every time I look up, I see God's faithfulness, and it's
Fuck. All right, here, let me let's get back to business. Okay. Where should I where should I start with this shit? All right, let me show you this guy's video, because these are conspiracy people that are actually running wild. They're taking stuff and absolutely running miles with it. Hold on a second. Let me. Okay.
Screen, you were seeing Arsen Ostrofsky. Not only was he a survivor in the recent attack, get this, Arsen Ostrofsky also survived the terror attack of October 7th. What that officially proves is he is on par with his luck, similar to that of Larry Silverstein. Arsen also went on some news media outlets and he quoted, "We came here only 2 weeks ago to work with the Jewish community to fight anti-Semitism. I never thought I would see it in Australia." So he survives October 7th. He survives Bondi Beach. And then also get this, let's jump back over to Naveed Akram, who is one of the shooters in the attack. This obviously took place in Australia, where they are heavily regulated with firearms. In the videos that have surfaced, he obviously has clear skill, and people are wondering where that came from. Well, there are reports going around stating that Naveed Akram was a former IDF soldier who was deployed and in Gaza, who just recently came over to Australia. Do with that information what you will.
Okay. This is like more irresponsible than Candace Owens' worst day. Let me show you another video with this fucking idiot. Okay. Let me go here. I gotta fart. Hold on. Huh? Oh, you guys couldn't hear that. I could barely hear it. Okay, let's move on.
I survived October 7th. I lived in Israel the last 13 years. We came here only 2 weeks ago to work with the Jewish community to fight anti-Semitism.
Did you just pause because he forgot the script?
Bloodthirsty, ravaging hatred.
That's why you're here.
That's why I'm here.
And you don't know how you got shot or hurt?
I know. I got hit in the head.
What a lucky
bleeding.
guy. October 7th.
I've lost blood.
Then Bondi Beach. So for those that didn't know, that is Arsen Ostrofsky. He just relocated from Israel over to Australia.
So, bro, look at this fucking guy. This guy, I don't know who this fucking person is talking in this video, narrating all this. Some streamer. This guy, who knows if he's a Fed? He probably has more subscribers than me. It's fucked up, guys. I could totally get on here and just play retard schizo and probably get more subs. That is just a shame. That is a shame. But anyway, let's reel this guy back in
not too long ago. He was there October 7th.
Yeah, so this guy took a selfie, and I will say this looks weird. This guy sketches me out, and there's some weird. I have a weird feeling about this guy, but it could be nothing. Who knows? If you get hurt, you're at some fucking event. Maybe you fucking take a selfie, to like document whatever, because you're just like completely like, holy fuck, I have to show how much this is just like carnage or something. I don't know, but. This guy is kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Escaped with his life. He was there on Bondi Beach, escaped with his life. But what I'm trying to piece together, this picture you're seeing right now.
This picture, guys. This picture. We're going to talk about this. Hopefully I can get through this in like the next like 15 minutes or so. Pray that I can do that because it's getting late. But anyway. This picture's going around, dude. I think this picture is AI, and some of these fucking conspiracy people, God, dude, like, I mean, come on. Sometimes I feel like I play a little too loose on here, but it is a shame how people are so fucking lazy or just want those conspiracy clicks so bad that if they see something and it fits their narrative, even though it is way too good to be true, they were just run with it. So this guy's going to share this picture around like it's real. It appears to be the fucking bald guy that they were just talking about who was at whatever other Israel during October 7th or something, and then he was at Bondi Beach for this shooting, got hit in the top of the head. This is supposedly a picture of him getting fake blood and FX makeup put on his face. Okay? This is obviously too good to be true, guys. That has to be your first red flag, is if you're like, this is just too incredible. That should make you go, okay, let's make sure it's true. Let's just make sure it's not laughably false. Okay, let's play the rest of this, and then we'll get to fact-checking this photo.
Unless unbeknownst to me, the paramedics in Australia also do face paintings because they do face painting. There is just no way that this could be a false flag.
But first, fucking idiot.
Let me take a selfie.
That's kind of funny, but no, this guy's a fucking idiot. This this depresses me, guys. Should I just be lying to you all? Should I just pretend that everything's a conspiracy or that the feds are right about everything? Just pick a lane? Is that what I need to do? Okay, let's get off of this. I'm going to keep that tab up because I don't know if there's something else I'm supposed to go back to there. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys, because I saved a bunch of shit talking about this. Look at this shit. Okay, so there's been multiple things. Here we go. Let me get you on this tab. Oh. Okay, I have ADD. We'll do the picture first. And then I'll go on to this other thing. So let me get you, where's this? Whiplash. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got a lot on my plate. Okay. So we got this person, Whiplash 347. This is the first post that I stumbled across where people are trying to verify if this is real or not. And this is a funny thing too, is that Carlos Mandingo, who was one of my parody brothers, the parody trio that used to do songs for the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and he messaged me with this picture. It was some Twitter post that had this picture, and I didn't look at it right when he sent it to me, but I saw that he sent it, and I was like, oh, honestly, guys, it looked too good to be true. And I was like, I'm going to have to look at that later. I think he sent it to me thinking it was real. He said something about it being good for my podcast or whatever, for the stream. And, but I don't know if he actually thought it was real or what. But, yeah, Mendingo the Third. Carlos Mendingo the Third. Thank you for the correction. I don't know if I gave the whole name out there. But anyway, by the time I went to that link to look at it, the link was gone. So whoever posted that on Twitter got embarrassed that they got tricked by an AI photo and then deleted their tweet. I told him that, and then he sent me another tweet that had it. Let me see if this is the same one. The one we're looking at now. Just give me 1 second, guys. Yes, this is it. This is, yes. Okay. So this is the picture. So I'm assuming, and this is no offense to Carlos, or look, guys, I feel like there is, in general, we should all be careful with this stuff. But he's sending this to me, and he knows that I'll look at it, and I won't just post it and be like, look, guys, everything's fake. I can't, that might be true. Everything is fake, but the stuff to prove things are fake can't also be fake. That's cheating, okay? So anyway, so this tweet, let's take a look at it. Grok confirms the image is real and not artificial intelligence. What they mean is AI generated. Idiot. So, and then it says this person puts here what Grok said. Now, hold on a second. Is this actually... Okay, so yes, this is they're quoting Grok here. Let's go back. So they're quoting Grok, and it says, no, the image does not show signs of being AI generated. Details like shadows, textures, and objects look consistent with a real photo. It depicts a makeup artist applying fake blood on what seems like a film set. Mainstream reports confirm the Bondi Beach incident as real, though some online posts suggest otherwise. Okay, so let's take a look at this fucking picture. Beyond it, again, first red flag, it's too good to be true. They're going to have a film crew just off to the side applying fake blood on somebody right out in the open, and then fake shots start going off. That's the plan. That's what we're going with. No, that is stupid. So if you look at the picture, this back here, the number one, the hands, all the fucking hands look a little bit like suspect. Like, you can't really tell what the fuck people like when you're just kind of like, okay, it kind of looks like this is a light, and I don't like, things just look a little bit uncanny or something. The car back here, look at the car back here. It does not look right. This does not look right. Look at this. What is this? Part of a window that's going all this way? What is this, a hearse? It just doesn't look right. Then if you, hold on. It's going to let us zoom in. Okay. Look at his face and how it just doesn't look right. This is a fake, by the way, some people are gonna, I hope no one thinks this is TOS. This is a fake picture, okay? 100%, this is a fake picture. This is AI generated. So there shouldn't be any TOS issues here. Let's pay attention to the t-shirt. The t-shirt he has in his interview is a United States Marines gray t-shirt. Notice how you can't really read what's on his shirt. And it's not just like his shirt is just way too wrinkled up, because all this part is smooth. Notice how you just like can't really read this. And then what is this? This is not the Marines logo in the center of his shirt. So let's bring up, hold on. How should we do this? Is this on? Let me see if they compare the pictures on this actual tweet. Hold on. How do we get out of here? Okay. Oh, here we go. Look. Okay. Look at this, guys. Look. We got the blood stains on his shirt. So this is on the left side. This is the guy during his interview. This is the same shirt. And look how the blood doesn't match on his shirt. And again, if we could look at the video, this is not the logo that's on the original shirt. This is not it. I don't know. What are they pointing out? I guess they're pointing out that you can't. Yeah, this is supposed to say United. Look at his shirt here. It's supposed to say United States and then like Marines under here with the Marines logo there. And that's not what's on his shirt. Scott Starboard said, "What do you mean? His shirt clearly says the dial-up signal, basically." Oh, fuck. All the photographers wear the same black socks. Yes. I need glasses. Yeah, that's the problem. I can't read his shirt because I need glasses. It's not the AI being completely retarded and people not questioning it because they're more retarded. That's definitely not what it is. Grok confirms. Bro, look at all this. Look at this mess. What is going on here? This guy's missing an arm and has some kind of like sack over his shoulder, and then his one hand is just a big ball of flesh. I don't know. You guys think maybe this isn't a real picture? And again, we've got some kind of hearse limo thing that has the back of a punch buggy, but looks also like a Volvo. But it's AI and it's smarter than us, guys. So then look at this, though. Look at this shit. Hold on. Oh, damn it. Fuck. Hold on a second. Got to be careful with Twitter. I can't just let you guys see whatever. And then, so look at this. Let me get you back on here. So then, this is why you can't trust Grok, guys. Then, no, someone responded, nope, Grok corrected itself. Upon closer inspection and reviewing the community note, you're right. The image shows AI flaws like garbled t-shirt text, otates instead of states, and malformed ear. It is AI generated. My initial analysis missed these details. Apologies for the error. Bro, this is retarded. Yeah, let's see here. Look, you can see the logo. Look at his shirt. Look at how that is a completely different logo that's on the makeup picture. Grok doesn't want to admit it's his shitty artwork. Yeah, pretty much. Upon closer inspection, I generated this image. Oops, I forgot. Fuck me, man. So yeah, guys, this is crazy. So it's weird where we've actually got, I mean, I feel like there's been many instances where we've seen this, and I feel like it's obvious that it's some kind of disinformation campaign where we got a bunch of people, some of which are probably tricked into sharing AI generated pictures to make people think that this shooting was fake. And that's not helping anything. I mean, look, I get where they're going with it. I get it. Look, guys, but we got to stick with the facts, all right? Image appears to be staged or fake. The blood has an unnatural, bright, glossy red hue. Oh, they're talking about they're asking Grok about his selfie picture. Yeah, see, look, and so here we go. Yeah. He's wearing jeans in this picture with the painting, the face paint picture. And in the other footage of him, he has shorts on during the actual event. So yeah, that picture's debunked, guys. All right, let me drop this. Oh fuck, there's that. Go down here. Bro, and here's this fucking idiot. Look at this, man. I was blown away and I responded. Oh, this is a lot of the Bro, this is funny. This guy's talking about, oh, the bottles are the same, but dude, this guy's fucking, oh my god, this guy's stupid. Hold on. Oh, that's not gonna work. Here we go. Mr. Truth Bomb. It should be Mr. fucking retard. He's saying that it's a real picture. This is a whole thing of this guy defending. This idiot's trying to retract that this is AI. Nope. I know this area well. It's very clearly a picture taken from North Bondi or Coastal Walk. 100% not AI. Complete idiot. Where's the bottle? Down here. Bro, look at this. He's going, AI doesn't add in local Woolworths water bottles. It's a photo from North Bondi grassy knoll before the event. It's real. Look at this. Look at this. Can I zoom in here? Look at this idiot. These bottles are not even the same. Look at how the label he is showing on the left is supposed to be this local water bottles, and the one on the table have completely different labels. And he's saying it's the same one. I don't know, like, if people are actually this stupid, this can't be like your eyes don't work. It's not that you're stupid, it's your eyes don't work. That can't be true. Right? You're tweeting and stuff. You must have eyes. So disappointing. Bro, and then there's this shit. Hold on. Let me. So we saw this come up, and I'm gonna have to look. I replied to this asking. Just in, Naveed Akram is an IDF soldier that served in Gaza, returned to Australia. Today he lost his mind and killed 12 Jews. Guys, this exact tweet, when I was looking into, and again, I was prepping for Monday's stream, and unfortunately my cat died on Monday, and I had to take him to the vet, and we didn't do a stream. I've been prepping for this fucking stream all weekend. And, dude, this tweet, when I was looking at stuff to save for the stream, this exact wording with this exact picture was posted by like no less than 10 accounts that I scrolled past that day, just like looking for stuff on Twitter about this. And it's the same exact wording and everything. And this, I guess, was reported. Now, let me show you what I found with this, because I talked to people. And again, sometimes, guys, even if, you don't know if you're talking to bots or whatever, and I get some people don't even want to waste their time interacting with people on the internet, like, trying to have a fruitful conversation. But sometimes you learn some shit. Let me look at my replies here, because I must have had it in here. Oh, there's that. Damn it. Oh, hold on. Here we go. What was that? Okay. Okay, I found it. All right, let me get you guys on this wait, were you guys Oh no, you're not on the right. Okay. You're not on the right tab. Here we go. Get you guys over here. Is it this one? It's this one. Here we go. Okay. So I saw this. Look at this. So this is, again, I saw, like I said, there's a bunch of posts with the exact wording in that picture. I'm telling you, it was the exact structure. A bunch of different tweets, the exact same thing. Then I stumbled across this, and I was like, oh, this looks like it's actually from an article. Someone could Photoshop this. I don't know. Let's take a look at it. Australian Naveed Akram served in the IDF Gaza. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And here I replied, I said, why is this cropped so that we can't see what website it's from? Because look, it shows, you can see editor Dedi Sawadha. But they've got the website cropped out. So you can't see where this comes from. I'm like, okay, red flag. Then who responds? Someone responded. Why won't this let me see? Oh, someone responded because they're full of shit and whatever. Then this person responded, the source is real, but they don't tell you that they actually said it's bullshit. Once again, the original source claims it's bullshit. So some fucking website reported this and has now redacted it. But people have gotten screenshots of it. Oh, here we go. This person said, because he pulled it straight out of his ass. That's the other reply I was looking for. So, click here. Where does this go? What the fuck? Yeah, this is not in English. Whoa. Scary. No, thank you. Dude, that's weird because before when I clicked, hold on a second, guys. Before when I clicked on this, Why does this look different? Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh, what? Oh, so I guess they have it translated. Yeah, they sent me a screenshot from it where it's translated, so that's what it is. But this website has it in some other fucking language. But yeah, it says the translated version. We don't have to go through me sending this to myself and pulling it up. After examining the data, checking with a number of sources regarding the news about Akram, the editorial board, retract and apologize for the initial data from social media sources. So some fucking website took it from social media, and then social media cites the website. They delete it. Everybody keeps citing, showing that it was on some website to legitimize it. Weird. I don't know. All right, guys. It's 11:34. So yeah, I pretty much covered all the bases that I wanted to get to here. Basically, what I'm getting at is we got to be careful. There's a lot of fucking disinformation campaigns when some high profile crazy event happens. It seems like every fucking time that I've gone to cover any of it, I stumble upon some fucking weird disinformation campaign of Twitter accounts and shit like that. Not that there isn't some reason for concern in some of these cases, because some things might seem off, but these aren't some people that are like helping the fucking cause by putting disinformation conspiracy shit to support the conspiracy narrative. That's not helping anybody. All right, let me close that down. Okay. All right, lovers. Let's get out of here. It's late. This has been Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. Rest in peace, Mr. Don, my kitty. My sweet, sweet man. We'll never see the kitty on the stream again. It might take me a while, but I want to put together some kind of little video with, every time I've had him on stream and whatever. So anyway, thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. I won't ask you guys to hit the like button because it's pathetic when streamers and content creators do that. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stoop to their level because that is just pathetic and desperate. So I'm not going to ask you guys to hit the like button or subscribe because that's also pathetic. Okay, I'm not going to ask for any of that. It'd be cool if you did, but I'm definitely not going to ask for that. That's pathetic. God. All right. Lovers, friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be on. I got a lot going on. So Friday, I probably won't do a stream Friday. Or if I do, it'll be early. Maybe I can hop on early. If work isn't too crazy and we can get on and have some fun at like 7 o'clock. That'd be cool. But yeah, I got some fun stuff saved for us for the stream this week. We'll get to some of it. We won't just do fucking, assassination coverage all week. It's a big bummer. All right, lovers, this is that time, and I hate it. I have to say goodbye. But I'll see you guys again tomorrow. What's the lineup for tomorrow? We got Scott Starbird at around 6 p.m. Eastern time. My mod up in here, my dude. Click right to his channel there. Hit the subscribe button on there. I don't have a problem asking you to subscribe to someone else's channel. But yeah, he's coming on around 6 p.m. Eastern, and then he'll run about till when I go on at 8 p.m. Eastern time as well. Dutch Duke, thank you, sir. I appreciate you guys. Everybody, BW, thank you guys. Everybody for hanging, promo, Love you guys for giving me the clicks and stuff, supporting me. I appreciate it. I'll continue to try to bring you the most based stream that's ever existed. All right, lovers. Smooches.